Who the ball though?
I'm about to go level up, I cannot settle for nothing, I never been regular, always knew I could do better, I finally made it this far and I'm not looking back, they didn't see all the time that I put in, now me and the money are way too attached, still rapping 919, the city is mine and I put it all on the map, coming for what I deserve, I put in the work, now I'm about to level up, been on my grind since 2013, now the way that I live, I feel like a king, 24 hours, I'm locked in, I'm feeling like Kobe, getting these rings.
They bring six. Smith underneath, and they get it. Thornton.
Nothing left on my bucket list, but I'm grinding like I'm still in the basement. Ain't nobody who working harder. Money tall like Wembanyama. They be talking from the sidelines while I'm on the court. I've been a baller. I'm about to go level up. I cannot settle for nothing. I never been regular. Always knew I could do better. I finally made it this far and I'm not looking back. They didn't see all the time that I put in. Now me and the money are way too attached. Still rapping 919. The city is mine and I put it all on the map. Coming for what I deserve. I put in the work. Now I'm about to level up. Always knew my potential. Hop in the Porsche and there ain't no rental. Came a long way from studying dental. Now I got plaques inside of my bedroom. Already know where I've been headed. I took my risk and I don't regret it. They showing me love, I'm showing it back. With every song I've been getting better. I know nothing that's good come free. No 9 to 5, I work all week. Put in my time and it keep paying off. I've been getting paid every time I speak. Used to have dreams of getting these ends. Now I make the money go work for me. Can't stop now cause I got what I wanted. Ain't nothing I need in my life but peace. I'm about about to go level up. I cannot settle for nothing. I never been regular. Always knew I could do better. I finally made it this far and I'm not looking back. They didn't see all the time that I put in. Now me and the money are way too attached. Still repping 919. The city is mine and I put it all on the map. Coming for what I deserve. I put in the work. Now I'm about to level up, level up.
Salute Raider Nation. Salute to the chat. Salute to the mods in the chat. Salute to everybody. Rudy, Ammon, Harvey, really do appreciate it. If you want to give a shout out, feel free.
Hey, what's up, everybody out there in Raider Nation? It's the #1 Raider Stunner. What? Salute, Dustin. Thank you for letting me do this again. And I'm ready to talk some Raiders football.
Hell yeah. So basically there's a lot of deals going around right now because so I don't know if everybody heard, but they're going to be interviewing Clay Kubiak and Brady, Joe Brady. Both of them are going to be getting interviewed. And a lot of people are thinking, because there's a lot of reports coming out, that if the Raiders wanted to hire Jesse Minster as their head coach, that they would already hired him, because the Chargers have already ended their season. So there's nothing stopping them from bringing him in and hiring him maybe outside of him. So there's a lot of news that Jesse's actually drawing a lot of attention in the Falcons, Steelers, Ravens, but I think the Steelers and Ravens are going to go to Brian Flores and frickin' it could go Jesse Minster in there at the Ravens. I don't know if they would, man. I think it's going to go Flores to the Steelers, Shula to Miami. I think there was a lot of reports saying Clint was going to go up to salute to all you guys, man. Salute to everybody. Raider 8, salute Al, salute to everybody. There was a lot of reports saying that Clint was going to, he's favored over at the Falcons right now, but then I hear I always say Steve, but it's Kevin Stefanski is pretty much favored up there at the moment.
So you said Kubiak is a heavy favorite to be the Atlanta Falcons next coach? Really? Ooh.
No, they said that they like him a lot, is what they said. I think the favorite up there is Kevin Stefanski, but like I say, I don't really study all their teams that much, so I can't really hone in on exactly who they're going to look to hire. I'm just thinking about where the people are at and where they're generating up. It's Harbaugh over there with the Giants, but they still haven't finished out the contract yet. And they said that it's just the language, that it's not that they're going to still get the deal done and that he's going to be the head coach. Just some language in the contracts, basically what they're saying, is holding it up at the moment. But for us, so they're, like I said, they're saying that Jesse Minster, they don't think they're going to hire him because they would already hired him with the season being over. They would have brought him in, started to get going, get your staff hired, everything like that. Right. So there's a lot of speculation that are saying that the Raiders like Clint Kubiak, and the reason that obviously they can't hire him right now is obviously because he is up there in Seattle, and they can't hire him until he's done with the season, right? And that kind of goes with his brother. His brother's the same way; can't hire him until the end of the season. A lot of people.
Who was his brother? Who's his brother?
Clay Kubiak from Clay Kubiak from the Niners. He's the OC under Kyle Shanahan. Okay. And then so long story short, they don't think that they can hire Clint, obviously, because he's still playing with Seattle. They can't hire anybody from the Niners because obviously they're still playing in the playoffs. And then but this is the thing I keep thinking, like Saleh, They haven't put in an interview for him from what I've seen, unless I'm wrong. I haven't seen an interview given up to him. And they've interviewed Clay Kubiak before they interviewed Robert Saleh. Robert Saleh went around yesterday going to all kind of interviews, and we didn't put in one interview. So I don't think we're interested in him due to the fact that we offered him the job when Pete came in. We offered him the defensive coordinator job, and then we were going to pay him. I think we offered him the highest paying defensive coordinator money, and that he would take over if something was to happen with Pete. Like this year, he would took over and been the head coach. So, and he turned that down and went back to the Niners. So I don't think he's going to be looking to come here and take the job. So I don't even think we're looking to interview him. And that's why it kind of makes me think why we're not interviewing Brian Flores, because he's been the heavy favorite to Ravens and to the Steelers. And then due to the fact that he has the relationships with the Pittsburgh Steelers and, being there with Tomlin right after he left out of Miami, he went there for years. I think it was the senior advisor. I think it was like the defense senior advisor role or something of the matter. But long story short, like he has real good connections, and people are paying him to take that job right there. And people are paying him in the Baltimore job too. But I think it's more to the Steelers, man. Like he knows that team. He's going to be able to run really damn good defense. That defense is already good. And then that's why I think it may be Jesse to Baltimore. It can probably go either way. Fucking flip it either way. I don't think.
Yeah, with the NFL, you never know when it comes to head coaches.
There's a lot of reports I've heard. Shula is more favored in Miami for some reason.
Now, Dustin, how come that doesn't sound surprising to me? Shula in Miami.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of deals. Like I didn't think shit about about him or that deal, and all of a sudden out of nowhere, people are just all over the place saying it, dude. Like he's getting.
And what's Shula's first name?
Chris Shula.
Now he's not related to Don Shula, is he?
Yeah, he's his grandson. I'm pretty sure.
I know. I was just finna say. I bet you he related to Don Shula.
Yeah, but long story short, over there. So I've heard here that they like Clint.
Okay.
And I've heard Clint again is another favorite up at Falcons. And this is where like the twist starts coming in, right? There's I think the Raiders, just by interview alone, they're favoring an offensive coordinator, head coach type person. Tom Brady got asked, man, and he said, like, hey, we're trying to bring a winner to Vegas, like we're trying to bring a winner there. We want to make sure this time when we go out and look that we're bringing somebody that can win for the city because they, they deserve it. It's basically what he said.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, when you keep the things that they keep on doing, it's like, why did you interview Clint Kubiak, but now you're interviewing his brother Clay? There's only two reasons that something like that. There's only two reasons. He doesn't call plays under Kyle, so he's not a play caller. But they could hire Clint and then bring in Clay. But then I started thinking about that, and I'm like, yeah, but wouldn't that be a Clint decision? Like Clint would make that decision. He would be the one to say, like, I'll get my brother to come here. You know what I mean? Because he's the one hiring his staff. So then I started thinking about it. I'm like, well, shit, fucking the Falcons are pretty favored to land him up there at the Falcons. I mean, they got great run game, they got a good roster there. So, I mean, he's going to be able to do good there. And I feel like what I feel like, and this is what I think the roster, what it could be. And this is just my opinion. I'm going to write about it tomorrow, but this is my opinion. And I have a live I'm going to do about it tomorrow, but I'm still going to mention it tonight, but I'll talk more about it tomorrow. The Clinton Clay duo would be a damn good duo. I mean, shit, Clay does.
I was finna get ready to say that.
Yeah,
They
you're
should
gonna
run
have good.
together.
You'll really do have good QB development and so on at that point in time with Clay,
Yeah.
because he would be able to do the developing just like Clint would. And but Clint doesn't have like physical QB development. Like he's never developed any young quarterback. He's been on the roster
Yeah, you
with
said
Purdy and
that.
them. He's been on the roster with Purdy and them, but that's Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan is the one that developed Purdy and all of them. So that's more credited to him. Now, when you look at Clay, from what I've heard, is like he's been offered and he don't want to leave. He wants to stay with um he wants to stay with Kyle until he physically finds somewhere he wants to go. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like
I
you don't
guess
want
you got that mindset. Why mess up a good thing when it's going good, right?
yeah, and that's basically what he's saying. He doesn't want to leave unless it's somewhere he wants to go. So at the end of the day, he sit there and say, okay, if Clint was going to be the head coach, he would hire Clay. But if Clint isn't the head coach, they still want a Kubiak, and this kid's good as fuck too. Like he's really good too. Like his resume, everything about Clay is pretty fucking good too. So it's not like the kid is a no-brainer kid, but I think he's another type guy like Sam Webb. He hasn't been
Yeah.
out where
Yeah,
he
the
hasn't called
question
plays.
between the two, who's the better coach?
I would have to say just because of the fact that Clint is doing it right now and can
Yeah.
put film on the deal that he's the one calling it. I'm gonna have to say Clint 100%. You know,
So
like
he's the one that got the most experience, correct?
I would assume. I mean, I'm not fucking. I can answer that. I mean, give me a second. I can figure it
Yeah.
out. I don't.
Yeah, who got the most experience in the NFL when it comes to coaching? That's what I want to know. So that determines everything right there.
I'm assuming Clint. I mean, Clint was there. He was under Kyle. He left. His brother went there. You know. But I can find out right now.
All right.
All right. All right. Adios. I didn't mean to. My bad. Sorry.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh, you sure, bro? I got you, man.
How are you on my bag? Mommy, how are you on my bag? Mommy, how are you on my bag?
All right.
Mommy, how
All right. Go out. Close the door, please. So long story short, he's been with the Niners since 2013 to 2022. So he's been with them for fucking 9 years. He's went through the offensive quality control system, wide receiver coach, offense assistant. Then he left in 2022. He went to Denver in 23.
Okay.
He went to Denver in 23 as a pass game coordinator, quarterback coach.
Wow. Oh, he was a quarterback coach. Okay.
and now he's back with the Niners and working with Kyle.
Well, he told the San Francisco 49ers, I'm coming home. That's what he told him. I'm coming home.
I want to see something. So what's weird is like they say. So that one would be tough. That one would be fucking tough. So long story short, what the fuck?
Savannah, hey, go lay down now. Get up, shut the light off, go lay down. Austin, come here. I don't want to.
Damn, this is crazy. This is crazy. So I would have thought the exact opposite here. I would have thought the exact opposite. Damn, see, I don't want to talk about it because this is shit I can talk about tomorrow.
Okay. Don't talk about it. Save it for tomorrow.
I'm not ready to.
What?
I need my ready pillow.
Where's your Raiders pillow?
I don't know.
Is it on the bed or no?
No.
All right. So look, there can be a lot of things going on here, man. The more and more I just thinking about it. I mean, there is like there could be massive connections with between Webb, Kubiaks, and Euro for the Panthers, the defensive coordinator. Euro is back under contract with the Panthers, so you can't for the defensive coordinator. So if he doesn't get a head coaching job, which again he's really good coach and everything, but I think they have more for the defensive minded places. I think
Right.
he's more set up in there.
Okay.
Long story short, I think why do I keep reading that? So they have you'd have Euro, but so Euro can't just come over to us because he signed the contract with them. So unless he gets a promotion, it's the only way that he can come here. So if you were to sit here and say that you were bringing Kubiak, Webb, and Euro, all young, talented dudes, all got great high, I mean, they're all up and coming, every one of them.
Right.
The problem is you got Webb that's never been play caller, period.
Right.
People want him as a head coach because of his mind. Then you
Right.
have Clay Kubiak that's never called plays either, but he's got a really good offensive scheme, mind, everything. He's worked with Peyton and everybody. Like he's got a really good system. Or Peyton, he did work with Peyton and he worked with Kyle, but with Kyle, he has a really good system in there. I mean, Kyle has praised him about making long runs into the playoffs. Dude, like this guy knows his shit apparently, and that's why I said earlier I would just say Clint is the better person because of the fact that he's out play calling for himself. But so you could either hire Clint and bring him here as the head coach, or you can bring him here as an OC. You're going to give him promotion to come from here because you don't call plays there. So
Okay.
he'd be the full-time OC over here or head coach. And then Webb, you kind of have the same thing. Webb, you can bring here. You could either make him head coach or you can make him OC. And I'll talk about that tandem tomorrow. I just want to say it. The defense is more like a Euro because Euro comes from their area, But he also has the McVay connection too. So it's kind of hard. Like you're not going to get Saleh. I don't think you'd get Saleh to here as a defensive coordinator under those guys. So I think you can just count him out. You do have Raheem Morris, man, that comes from the
Atlanta Falcons.
yeah, he comes from the Kyle Shanahan tree, and
Oh, I didn't know that.
no, he comes from McVay's, huh? He's a
Oh,
McVay.
Sean McVay. Okay.
Yeah, I think he's McVay. D'Amico Ryan is Kyle. And then so I don't know who you'd go with at defensive coordinator with these two. I mean, I don't even know who's out on the market that's a good defensive coordinator because they're talking about Anthony Weaver going to go to the Giants with Harbaugh. So, I mean, he's going to have really good defensive coordinator up there with Todd Monken.
And where's Patrick Graham going? Where he going?
I don't know, man. I mean, I've heard that he's interviewed for the Washington job and he's been
Yeah, I heard that too.
Slew Richard. I think Raheem Morris is McVay. I'm pretty sure he's a McVay guy. I think he was the one that won the Super Bowl with them. I really think Clint can be the head coach we've been looking for. If I'm wrong, I'll never suggest that. I mean, I don't think it's like that, bro. I mean, freaking. I think at the end of the day, look, dude, I think it's going to be really hard for a guy like Clint with the kind of profile he has getting offered the jobs, like I say, in Atlanta with Bijan Robinson, all those dudes. So, I mean, he's got Drake,
Yeah.
London Drake. I mean, he's got some good. He's got some good.
Kyle Pitts Senior. Yeah.
He's got some
No
good
good
options
actually.
there. He's got a damn good defense over there too. I mean, he's got a good team. So I think when you're looking at like Clint, I think the issue is just going to be is there's other teams that got better uh, rosters at the moment. You know what I
Right.
mean? I mean, he could
Okay.
even end up over at the Browns, dude, fucking trying to develop those guys too. I mean,
Never
I don't
know.
I don't know if he would take that job, but you never know, dude. Like, there's a lot of times we want to peg somebody here, and they end up taking somebody else's fucking job, you know. So I
Yeah.
think at the end of the day, I think, and to be honest, I mean, unless we just offer Clint crazy money, I don't know, you know. I think that would be the only way we can get him to the here. I'm not gonna say like the Raiders can be interested in him. I'm absolutely not gonna say that they're not, but I would also say, why did they go interview his brother then? You know,
Mm.
like that's kind of like if I can't have him, I'll get the other one. You know what I mean? Type shit.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I feel like if you have a Kubiak here, one way or another, you're still getting the knowledge because they both came out of there. They both have been there a long time. They both are really fucking good. You know what I mean? And I've said it, dude. Like they have a different direction that they want because I when they started the deal, there was a lot of reports and everything I was hearing, dude, that they were interested in Brian Flores massively. There's only been few teams that's even interviewed Brian Flores, and it's been Steelers, Ravens, you know, only deal. And
Mm-hmm.
then when you have all that stuff going on, you would think like I would think like Tom Brady doesn't need to interview Flores right off the get go because of the fact that he knows him. He was on team with him for 11 years. He knows dude's scheme. He knows who the person is. Like, and I've thought about Rob Leonard. I've thought about Rob Leonard. But I don't know if you do that to your team like right now, you know, like
Well,
Rob Leonard's never called plays. I mean, we're going to be putting too many people into the play calling because that don't never called plays. I mean, everybody can have these high upsides and you can get lucky on one, but when you're
it's
trying to
having
do
too many cooks in the kitchens. That's not gonna work, man.
well, I think what's going to happen is you're taking three young dudes, never called plays, never done
Well,
those things, and then you throw them out there, and then fucking, it's hard enough to hit on one of them. We're going to ask to hit on three of them. You know what I mean? Like
oh yeah.
that's a lot. That's a lot. So, I mean, I think Rob Leonard stays here. I mean, I don't see why the next coach comes in here would want to fire him. The only thing is like I've said, I believe that Clint has a higher profile of getting a job somewhere else, if I'm just being honest. And
Okay.
I believe that if they bring Clint here, it isn't going to be for the head coaching job.
Well, you
It'll
said that about John Harbaugh. Look where he landed. He with the New York
yeah,
Giants.
yeah. And I think if Clay comes here, he won't come here for the head coaching job. He'll come here to be an OC. I don't think he has the like all the deals yet to be the
Qualifications.
head coaching job.
Right.
Um, but there is a guy I do think that will take that job with them, and I think they do damn good. But again, I'm not going to say it till tomorrow. But I
Yeah.
think the defense is the issue that you got to start thinking about is like
Yes.
who is the defensive guy going to be? People keep saying like Sala, and then they're going to get McDaniels in this. Listen, man, let's just be real. McDaniels got head coaching offers with the Titans and somewhere else. So if he impress anywhere along that line, he's going to get a chance at it. Odds
So,
are he goes to the OC, and we're
uh,
talking about him going to Washington or the Lions, and you think he's gonna fucking come here? Like, no, you can just take him the hell off the list.
oh
Like,
yeah, you talking about Robert Sala. You talking about was the former head coach of the
yeah,
New York Jets. Now you with the San Francisco
oh,
49ers.
he's trash, dude. I don't like the guy. I think he's overrated. I think Kyle
Right.
Shanahan protects that guy big time because of his
Yes.
offense and the way they run over there. I think Robert Sala is trash. I mean, if I'm just going to be honest, he may have a good
Oh yeah.
defense, but he has a
Always.
good defense to an extent. I won't argue that. But he is not a head coach, dude, like straight up. I mean, when he is over there at the Jets, dude, and this is why me personally will not take Mike LaFleur, dude. Mike LaFleur has already been a play caller. He was right there with supposedly one of the best defensive play callers in all of the NFL. They didn't just get to go in there on some both trash fucking team where they didn't have players. They both had players on both sides of the damn ball at that time. So, and then not only that, Sala went out there, fucking put in all that for the offense, had defense. Fucking Aaron Rodgers ended up getting hurt, but still, their team didn't compete to the extent that they were supposed to. You know, like Mike LaFleur wasn't good in fucking. I think if I recall, it was his run game that was good when he was there because it was Bryce Hall. But his pass game, all that shit was trash. You know, like the guy is not a good play caller, dude. And we're trying to take this guy because he went back. So he left there because he got fired. He got fired because he sucked. And he went over to McVay. And then McVay gets, number one fucking points in the NFL, number one scoring fucking yards per game. And we're like, yeah, let's go hire that guy. Like, no, hell, fuck no. Like, we can't do that shit. That's like hiring Greg Olson, dude. Like, that's like going and getting Greg Olson and saying, hey, come on over here, man. We want you to be the head coach now. Like, you can't do that shit.
Because when he was the head coach of the New York Jets struggled.
Yeah, I mean, Robert Saleh struggled over there, dude, and he had good players. He had good players, dude. Who the fuck on our team, Sauce Gardner? Tell me that. Like, we ain't got no Sauce Gardner over fucking here. You know who the fuck on our line is? Quentin Williams. Well, we don't have Quentin Williams in that fucking D tackle position either. Like, you don't have players like they had over there. They had some pretty damn good players.
Yeah, they had a well-built roster, man.
Yeah, we don't have those players.
He wasn't good. He wasn't good.
Fuck no, and he couldn't even win there. And then we're like, yeah, come over here, man, and fucking coach our shit. Yeah, right. You can stay the hell right there with Kyle because, I mean, who you got offense that's going to put up 40 fucking points a game here at the Raiders? Like, let me know. You can hire that fucking guy right now. Let's go, but and don't get me wrong, if McDaniels did pair up with him and did come here, I mean, that would be a crazy ass tandem. I'll be honest with you, but I just absolutely can't see it happening. Like I just can't see it happening. I believe that Mike McDaniels is going to want to get a head coaching job sooner than later. And I believe that the only way that he gets that head coaching job sooner than later is going to a team like Washington and turning around Jaden Daniels after this past year of injuries and how that offense struggled and all those things. Or he goes to the Lions and fucking takes golf into that next step and they do fucking turn it right around right away. Like that's what Dan Campbell wants. That's why he threw the interview out to him right away.
Yeah.
But they also have Zach Robinson. They have Zach Robinson interviewing too right now. So he's another damn good offensive coordinator. And if he lands in one of those spots, I mean, there's a lot of damn good people out there this year. It's crazy as hell.
Yeah.
I feel like Stiller's going to give. He said, I understand. I'm thinking about possibilities. Yeah, I just think freaking I just think for the Raiders, like the reason, like I said, you're not hiring Jesse. I strongly believe. I feel like we're not hiring Jesse just due to the fact that we're already done. They're already done. We've already interviewed him. We could hire him if we want. We could bring him in right now and hire him if we want. And well, again, we haven't. So I just don't think that I don't think Jesse's on the board in reality. I think, like I said, he's got a better opportunity over in either fucking, I don't think Cleveland, man. I think that'd be crazy. I think it's more Ravens just because of the Harbaugh, the connections. He's young. They'll probably feel like they fucked up on the Mike McDonald deal, so they'll justify it with the Jesse Minster. I mean, that could just be some weirdo shit. But the
Cleveland Browns need all they can. Look, Cleveland Browns need all the help they can get when it comes to coaching, man.
Hey, I mean, don't get me wrong. They got what do they got? Ward, fucking. They have Ward. They have a few good pieces over there with Garrett and everything. Plus, they have good offense. I'm not saying good offense, but offensive pieces. So if you
I
got
was
the
gonna
right
say,
coaches
hold
there,
up.
yeah, you can. If you got the right coaches in there, you can probably have a good team there. I'm not going to
Yeah,
argue it. That's why it just keeps leading to me. Like I feel like all the good coaches are going to go to all those other teams. Like if this was a
yeah.
year, none of them guys.
Another team that's struggling in the AFC, the Tennessee Titans. Know what
Yeah,
I'm
and you got
saying? They
McCarthy and
struggling.
them. You got fucking McCarthy and them getting interviews. I mean,
Yeah,
those guys right there are just proven coaches. I mean, every time they come out of, off of a year and come back out, they kill it. So I just feel for us. I feel for us like right now from all the things that I've heard. The people I've heard is Kevin Stefanski is one of the favorites in there. I've heard that Clint is the favorite. And I heard that fucking Davis Webb is another. So I haven't heard no defensive coordinators that were favored in here. I've like I said, those are the three guys I've heard that are favored here. But again, you got Kevin Stefanski that can be. I mean, he can even push Cam Ward and them down there. You know what I mean? He can push the Falcons. I mean, Clint can end up anywhere out on that side too with any of those guys. So I don't know. I've just said like that's why I feel like Jesse wouldn't come here is because it's just like Harbaugh don't want to come here to coach against his brother. You know what I mean? Like you just don't coach against your own people like that. And I just can't see him being here if I'm just being honest. But I can tell you this: if Clint and Clay were able to come here and they decided that, again, I believe that would be Clint's decision, not us. I don't think we would say, "Hey, we're just gonna." Maybe if they talk to him and they're like, "Hey,
they'll
you
be a
want
force
him?"
to be working with. I'll tell you that much. If
Well, I
they
mean,
do join forces,
he can probably be like when he could have been when we interviewed Clint. He could have asked Clint like, "Hey man, if we hire you, would you want something like would you want to deal with your brother?" Like he could have we could have asked him that. And then if he was like, "Yeah, I would do it if we can get my brother over here." So I've said it. A lot of the head coach interviews is like it's like a gateway to getting like interviews early with other people because you just tell them like, "Hey, I want to have a head coaching interview with this guy." You bring him in, interview him, and then they're like, "Yeah, but it's really for a OC coordinator job if we hire a head coach." You know what I mean? So that's basically what they want to see. There's a guy out there, man, which I like and I'm kind of mind blown that we haven't interviewed the guy yet. And I hope if we're like interviewing everybody like we are, like that Grant dude, fucking, I can't say his last name. I don't know how to say his last name off the top of my head, but the dude Grant from Jacksonville, the OC over there. There's been numerous people that's talked about that guy like being hella good, like a really good OC, and Kevin O'Connell was talking about him about man, that dude like he said he's like a mastermind when it comes to the offense. He's like this guy's like talking to a dude trying to build. He's like this guy is like talking to a guy that's trying to build a race
Hey,
car from
fellas.
scratch. He was like
what's up,
his
Basil?
he said like this guy the when you're talking to him about football, he's like this guy his memory and mind is just like building a damn race car from scratch. It's like insane. Yeah, Grant uh Udiskin or something. I fucking Udiski.
Udinsky, maybe?
I don't
Udinsky?
Udiski. I'm just calling him Grant, but yes, that is the right name. But that's an interview I'm surprised that we haven't had. I mean, him having connection with Liam Coe, dude, and both of them from Tom and Spy Tech, like you would think that would be a guy you would want to be interviewing for a head coaching job for sure. And we haven't gave that guy a interview either. So I just think like there's Washington already promoted David. Oh yeah, that's right. And I heard Ben Johnson talking about him saying that he was really good coach too. So I mean that was probably a good hire there. So he can still go to the Lions. And don't get me wrong, man, he can fucking end up anywhere. I mean, just to be honest with you, I mean, he's really good. So, and then depending on who goes to the Steelers or anything, I mean, he can end up anywhere. Um, but Grant, I mean, Grant is really good coach. And just listening to Kevin and them, and he wasn't the only one. It was like 3 other people that all talked about like, man, talking to this kid is just he is a mastermind when it comes to the offense.
You know, speaking about the Steelers, I was listening to Shannon Sharps and Chad Johnson podcast, and Chad Johnson had asked Shannon Sharp, "Do you really think that Mike Tomlin is retired for good?" Shannon
I
Sharp
do
said, "I don't see him walking away from $6 million." He
from
said,
what?
"I don't see him walking." Yeah, he's saying, "I don't see him walking away from being an NFL head coach. That's what he like doing the best."
Well, dude, look at
So
it like this. Tom Brady's getting paid $40 million to be an analyst. He's
yeah,
getting paid what, fucking maybe 10, 15 million per year
right.
being a coach. He go be an analyst and probably make 25, 30 easy. You know what I mean? So I think I'm not gonna say that anybody can come back and want to coach. I mean, anybody can at any age. But if I'm just saying right now, 20 years is a long time, man.
Yeah,
And
19.
fucking,
Yeah, it is.
yeah, I
It
mean,
is.
20 years, he's got his family, dude. Like tonight, dude, he went to his daughter's recital, dude, for her deal and everything and stuff like he hasn't been able to do in a long time, you know. So you never know where a person is in their mind. Like he can just be like, hey, I want to be home with my family every day and, you know, not be going on them deals. Like, so you never know. It's not like he probably needs the money. You know what I mean? Like I'm pretty sure he probably don't need the money.
Well, you
So
remember what Michael Jordan said when
there's
he first retired? He said, "I feel like it's time for me to retire when I don't have love playing for the game no more."
yeah.
And maybe Mike Tomlin thought, "Hey, I don't feel no love coaching the game that I love no more." So that's why maybe he stepped down.
And maybe he don't want to coach for a different team but the Steelers too. You
Yeah,
know, like,
yeah.
you know, I mean, don't let's be real. He could have taken he can go interview right now for that Ravens fucking job and they would probably trade for him right this second.
Ooh,
You know what I mean?
ooh.
So I
Oh,
mean
can you
there's
imagine that? Can you imagine if he cost the Baltimore? Oh man,
and
they would call Mike Tomlin a turncoat. Every name but Jesus Christ. Can you imagine that, man? Oh man, Ooh, boy, that wouldn't be good. Oh man,
hey fuck
there'll be a slap
dude.
in the face, man. Them still fans would not be
Hey,
happy.
fuck. They take his banner down off the wall. Fuck
Yeah,
it,
man. Yeah,
dude.
hey, look. I can see it. They'll do the same thing to him what them Cleveland Cavalier fans did to LeBron James jerseys
Yeah,
when they found out LeBron James was going to Miami. They'll burn his jersey.
that's facts. Hey,
Yeah,
I mean, he
man.
could have Liam Coe calls the plays though, right? Yeah, Liam Coe does call the plays in Jacksonville. Yes, but that kid Grant, I mean, he has a big role in that deal. The scheming, the down in the red zone. I mean, that kid Grant like he fucking what's the right word? Like he contributes a lot to that team in those departments, dude. Like it's ran through him. The kid's a very smart dude, man. And to be honest with you, I don't really know Davis Webb like that, you know. Like, and I've heard so like. Don't get me wrong. I've heard Davis Webb and Grant are like the super brains in this draft in this head coaching hires right here. I feel like they're the two super guns here, man. But Grant has been interviewed by other teams for a head coaching
Okay.
job, but we haven't interviewed him for a head coaching job. I
Well,
think if
that's
he just,
something. I wonder why.
well, I can probably tell you why. The whole every single hire or every single I gotta smokes. Every single interview, if you guys haven't noticed, is a McVay or
Mhm.
Kyle Shanahan tree. They're all coming from the same stuff, dude. Every
I
one of these
noticed that. I
class.
noticed that.
Yeah, every one of these guys overlap at some time in their history. Even Varro, even a lot of these dudes, Hardy, all these dudes, they all overlap at some point in their time with one of these two link trees here. So if you start thinking about it, man, like if you can't get the older guys that have that, you're going to go after the younger guys that got it. And then what's better than just having one? Hell, I have two or three of them. You know what I mean? So I think that's the direction that they're going to try to go. It's going to be either McVay or it's going to be the Kyle Shanahan. And I strongly believe everybody believes that Clint Kubiak is the number one choice for the Raiders, but I just don't think that he thinks that he's the number one choice for the Raiders. You know, like
Well,
I'm
we
not.
will find out soon. That's for sure. Who's gonna be the
I
next
think
head
that
coach of the
I'll tell
Raiders?
you this, man. If they lose against the Niners this week and Clint ain't hired, right away, then I would say that he wasn't the guy that they were looking at either. You know what I mean? So you got to think that there's nothing stopping them from hiring a coach now. They can hire whoever the hell they want now. So if if the Raiders like the only people I see left out there is obviously I mean I just man you're not bringing fucking like I said Shula he'll end up in Miami. I just have a feeling that's where he's going to end up, man.
Yeah.
Nate is a fucking college kid, dude. Like we are not fucking hiring him, man. There is absolutely no way in hell
Well,
that
who
we
is he?
should
Who is
do that.
he?
He's a fucking pass game coordinator for Kyle and
I
or
think
not Kyle, Sean McVay.
And what's his name again?
Is Nate fucking something? I don't. His last name's hell long, weird. Fuck, I don't
Oh,
know.
I think whatever coach they go with, it's gonna be like that West Coast outside zone run for sure because of how Genti plays. So they're probably gonna they want to base the offense around him, which makes sense.
Yeah, and that's 100% facts. And that'd just piss off Al because that was a big reason why he pushed off a Gruden in that time too, because he felt like Gruden wasn't about stretching
Yeah, because
Shilla.
it's gonna be like run
What is
first outside.
Shahil, I fucking can't even say that guy's name.
yeah, you got a
Shahil.
lot of these.
Yeah, that's the Ram.
Rams.
Isn't that the Rams? That Rams guy. I think he's coach for the Rams.
This guy's the pass game coordinator.
Pass game coordinator. That's it
I
for the
just
Rams.
can't
Yeah.
say his last name, and he's
I
just
can't
a
say it for
college
shit
kid. He
either.
runs college schemes and shit, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna say the kid probably can't be good later, but what I think I'm telling you, every single interview in these guys, if you do excessive research on them, they belong to either the Kyle Shanahan
Yeah, which
tree
is
or
both
the
West Coast
McVay
game.
tree. They
Yeah,
belong to one of the
West
two.
Coast. West Coast
Yeah, they
game,
don't.
like an
They're not
outside
doing
zone run.
interviews. They're not doing interviews with people outside of it. Even with Stefanski, dude. Like they want to scheme that scheme. Like they want
Yeah.
that scheme.
I think
Like
specifically because you know how you can have like variations of the West Coast, obviously, or any scheme for that matter. Because like McVay will have his style, Shanahan will have his style. But I think the primary thing they're focusing on with the West Coast is that outside zone run, like the outside zone running scheme.
Rich tomorrow. I will most
Run
definitely talk
first,
a lot more
play
on.
action.
I will talk a lot more on that conversation for sure. Who are
All
these?
right, then, Dustin. All right, then, Ozzy, I'm out of here, man. Y'all take it easy.
Later, bro. Have a good night.
All right.
Salute to everybody in the chat, man. Really do appreciate all you guys.
Yeah, sit to chill.
Salute to, we'll go down the list. Ahmed, Rudy, frickin' 831 Raider, Al's Ghost, Lucky Raider, Richard Lyon. Really do appreciate it. I think I already said to Rudy, appreciate it. Ashen Genti, Worshipper, Raider Rich 919 or 9119. Really do appreciate all you guys, man.
Shout out to everyone.
Webb, I think, is generation.
Yeah, I agree with that. It could be generation.
That's just my opinion. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I'll talk about that tomorrow's live. Tonight, I just more focus on either Clint or Clay. So that's why I think that
I
the
kind
Clay
of brought that up a few
interview.
last back too, because when I was looking at different people that could go with, say, like that guy from Green Bay, what was his name again? Adam Stanovich. When I was trying to look at who his OC could be, I was looking at Clay Kubiak, and then I thought, well, if we get Clint, what if his brother comes over as OC, like which is what you posted about recently? That
Yep.
was, yeah, because I think it was about 3 weeks ago or something.
I don't think that'll happen like that.
No, I don't think it'll happen either.
I
It's
don't
unlikely.
think Clint will. I don't think Clay will work under his brother. I don't
Yeah, I
think.
don't think so.
I think when you got two people that are that creative, come from those type of trees, like you don't want to be on the same. Like when he was coming up through the NFL. Salute Rosetown, appreciate you, bro. When you're coming up through, the deal. Like he's been with the Niners from 13 to 22, but in 23 is where he jumped off. I'm almost wondering in 23, was that when his brother was there? Is that when his brother popped up in 23? And then when his brother left to go to the Saints, he popped back over.
Yeah,
Like,
'cause I don't think. Yeah, I think you're right with that. I don't think you want to be on that because you don't want for it to be like, oh, like he's only good because of his brother or some bullshit like
yeah,
that.
and the reason I keep saying that I believe the interview, like we weren't scheduled to interview him. I never heard any type of deal that we were looking to interview that guy. I mean, it just popped up out of nowhere. And the reason why I think it popped up out of nowhere is because of the people talking in Atlanta. People talking in Atlanta feel like Clint is favored to land that job. And not only do they feel that he's favored to land that job, they actually say that they will announce that Clint will be taking that job right when they lose out of the playoffs. And that's from a lot of big companies back there. That's from a lot of big writers, everything. Like they believe Clint will be the next Falcons head coach,
Yeah,
So
I'm still as far as like what I think will happen. I'm probably going with Flores at this point, but we'll see what happens. So, well, that's
Flores
what I'm
ain't
saying.
coming here. He's easily going to go to the Steelers or Ravens, but I would peg him in the Steelers. And then I would say Jesse is going to go to the Ravens. I mean, that would just make the most sense. You're
Yeah,
putting
Harbaugh. Yeah,
well, the Harbaugh connections and everything, but
yeah,
it's just the defensive minds. Like I feel
yeah,
like
sure.
they feel like they kicked themselves in the ass by letting Mike McDonald go, and now they have a chance to redeem themselves with Jesse Minster. Like that's
Yeah,
how I feel like they're feeling right now. So I believe he could either end up there or he can end up in again, like I said, the Browns, somewhere around that area. I think with us. Like I've said, the people I've heard with us is Kevin Stefanski, Kevin Stefanski, Davis Webb, and frickin' Clint Kubiak. But like I've said, the more high profile places are going to want the more high profile coaches. We want a young guy. Our organization wants that. Not everybody's organization wants that shit. They want to go win and they feel like having big names are going to win. Like I think the reason that Chris is being pegged down there to the Dolphins is just relations, things like that. Plus, a lot of people like him. So I do believe that it's him. Like I think the two people pegged to the Dolphins. I mean, if Tomlin wanted that job, he most definitely probably get that damn job. But I've heard reports about McCarthy too, just because of who the GM and the president that's over there now. But I don't think that'd be what I've heard
I
is
can see
that
that. Matt, no,
it's
go on.
that Jeff Halfway or whatever his name is from Green Bay and Shula. But I've heard more Shula being pegged into there than anything. So long story short, I believe I know who could be the head coach in the OC. The question, and I believe it's going to be a Shanahan. They're going to be Shanahan people, but the question is who is the defensive coordinator? Like that's the question, man. Like who's going to be the defensive coordinator? Do
Are you
you
saying
try
with
to,
Webb or Clay Kubiak?
no, it's going to come from that tree, but they're going to
No, I'm
be
saying if one of those are head coach, you were saying from that, like one of those
no,
two would be the head coach, or
no. But long
you're saying
story short,
Stefanski maybe it's going to be the
I'm
head
just
coach?
saying they're going to come from the Kyle Shanahan tree. That's all I'm going to say for today because I'm talking about it tomorrow. If
Okay.
people can guess their coaches, then great. But no, it isn't them. And just like I said, I think Clint just has better offers. And like I said, I'm almost sure he's going to go with Falcons. But long story short, I do believe it'll be a Kyle Shanahan hire. It's going to be one of their coaches. And again, it's going to be multiple coaches that come from that offensively. And I imagine you would want to stay defensively, but you'd want to go young. You'd want to go young. You're not going to pull Anthony Weaver because he's going to go. He's going to go with John. I mean, there's already been reports about it. He's going to go with John. So, like, out of all the people out there, I don't even know who is out there. That would be able to pair up with them. Let's see what defensive coordinators.
What about Steve Wilkes? But I don't know where he. Okay, I'll check where he's at the moment. Just Sorensen.
Steve Wilkes.
Yeah. I had to check who's he playing for right now. I mean, who's he coaching for? What's that? Remember that name? Hang on. Steve. Name rings a bell. Oh yeah, he was with the Browns. So if you had Stefanski, let me see. Is he with Stefanski? Just a minute. I know I knew that name from somewhere. Oh, he was the Jets before that, right? That's where I probably knew that from. He's currently with the Jets, but he was on the Niners in 23. He's also been with the Panthers, Cardinals, Sandy, and Chargers at one point as well. I mean, yeah, that would be a pretty good coordinator as a DC. Because the Jets are probably looking to reload their coaching staff, right?
No,
So
they
he's
have
probably.
fucking.
Oh, no, that's right. They got the thing from the Lions. That's right.
Yeah,
Aaron Glenn. So no, he's probably not going anywhere then. So it wouldn't be him if he's with Glenn. I don't think he'd be leaving there. Unlikely.
I mean, you have Sala, dude. And if Sala
Oh yeah,
was
so
to,
that's the obvious one.
if
But
Sala was to Lee, he's not gonna fucking go from the Niners to the Raiders defensive coordinator. Fucking, that's not absolutely.
what about Nick Sorensen?
Mm-hmm.
Because right now he's under Solo, I think. Because since Solo went back, he got like demoted from DC because of Solo going back there. So I think he's under Solo right now. I don't think he's the DC anymore. I think he's like some kind of position coach or something at the moment. But he was the DC prior to Solo going back.
Only fucking if.
So he's a special teams coordinator for the Cowboys right now. But he was the defensive coordinator for the 49ers before Salah went back there. So he was their coordinator in 24. Then he was their pass game specialist and Nichols coach in 23, and their defensive assistant in 22. And he's also been at Seattle and Jacksonville before that. So, I mean, that would be that tree, you would think. If you're going with the Shanahan tree, still kind of that tree, I think. Because I mean, that would be a promotion for him too. Because if he's coming from the Cowboys as a special teams coach, getting promoted to the defensive coordinator would make sense. That's a promotion. It's not a lateral move.
When is Vic Fangio's contract up?
Let me just check 1 second. Not too sure how to look at that. Well, he signed a 3-year deal in 23, so 23, 24, 25. Should be this year. I mean, according to one reading, it says that he signed a 3-year deal in 2023. So, yeah, that could work. Because he must be in unless they've signed a new contract that hasn't been publicized yet. There was a 4th-year team option, I think. So I don't know if he's accepted it the 4th year yet or not. And with Mike McDaniels getting fired, he might want to change out anyway.
The guy I would think, so if I was just thinking the 3 people, one is Vic because he comes from there. He comes from there, so he can easily end up in there. Salute to all you guys, man. Appreciate it. Frank and Cheese Man, appreciate you guys. He comes from there with them. So if they were able come here, bring him, that would just be like fucking super.
That'd be phenomenal. Yeah, he's always had a great defense.
Like super roster. I would name 3 people. I think. I believe it would be. You can get Vic Fangio because if what I think is the people I'll talk about tomorrow have strong connections in that deal. He has strong ties back over there. I really believe like if he's at a point where, like I said, I think there might be bigger problems with the Eagles than people think. So maybe they may not be just like we're going to be right back at the Super Bowl. You're having people arguing. It's like there's a lot when shit like that starts happening. Yeah. So I would just say no, we're not getting Vic. I would just say it just like that. But if he doesn't want to be there and he's not afraid to go and help somebody rebuild, later because he's later on in his career, I would pick him first. He would be the first one.
Are you saying as a head coach or are you saying as
no? I'm saying as the defensive coordinator. I don't think.
Fuck yeah, defensive coordinator all day.
I think he would just be good with this group as a defensive coordinator.
he'd be excellent, I think.
Yeah, if we were able to pull him with this squad, then I think that would be
So
perfect.
who would you pick for the head coach?
Well, I'm not gonna talk about that tonight.
Oh yeah, that's what you said. Yeah, sorry.
The person I would pull for the second defensive coordinator is Patrick Graham, just because he has familiarity already. He would finally get to just run his own shit. Nobody's going to be able to tell him what he can run, what he can do. It would be the first time really in his time being here. He can just
Run
freelance
his own thing. Yeah.
he can just freelance with whatever he wants. He doesn't have to run in tandem with Josh,
Well,
AP, fucking any of
at least we'd
them.
know then if it's been like him being under someone or if it's him. That's the
Yeah, I
issue
mean,
with the
we'll know
defense.
right
Like,
away. We'll know
yeah.
right away with this group. And don't get me wrong, with the group that I'm thinking about, you're gonna need a veteran guy in the defense. That's why Vic would make the most sense. But if you did go with Graham, that would be another. It would be all right. Salute, Richard Lyon. Appreciate you, bro. If we were to go with it would just be another veteran coach. Uh, Wilson, that comes from where is he from? The Titans, I think. He's the defensive backs coach from the Titans. But the guy's been with the defensive backs coach, Philadelphia, New York Jets, everybody. He's worked with a lot of big deals, and he's actually one of the up and coming young defensive coordinators with head coaching like interest. Like people want to bring him in as a head coach too. So long story short, the two people that would come head coach in OC, it would get a little risky because they're both young. So they're both young, but the problem is with the defensive coordinator being a first-time defensive coordinator, that can probably cause some issues. You know what I mean? So I don't know if you would want to. I mean, the good thing is about the guy, and this is why it may work. Okay, I heard reports that from people I know that are over there that said that the Raiders are not afraid to take a year and develop the staff. They said like they're not expecting this staff that comes in here to win right away. And from what I heard inside there is that if they hire young staff, they're willing to lose for the next 2 years to develop them
Yeah,
going
that's
through
what I've
their
been saying the whole
hardship,
time. If
for
we go
them
with
going through their stuff.
the youth movement, that makes sense.
Yep. So they said like that they are, if they end up young, that they are willing to do that for at least 2 years for the development part of it. They're not afraid to go out there and lose. And
I think that's a better move for us, considering where we're at. Like we're pretty much at rock bottom at this point. So what have we got to lose?
yeah, I mean, I think I agree. I think at the end of the day, if you're going out there and you're developing some young people, you have a long future with your coach. Like you have a long future with your coach.
You could have even established your own link tree at that point.
Oh, I mean, I think that's crucial for the Raiders. I mean, I've literally had a whole live about it where, like I've said, you need a coach that you can establish ground from here, just like the Rams, just like the Niners. Like you got to establish ground from here. So I think if you go with the young guys that like Denard and then the other two in the offense and head coach, you can, and it's going to be two different people, but you can most definitely run with this guy. He can go through the hardship too for the first year or two and learn how to call plays and learn to, be that, because this guy, from what I've heard, is got all the potential in the world. They don't feel like he'll have a hard transition. It's just the fact that he'll be a first-time caller. That's it. And 500 team next to you. Yeah, I mean, that would be good if we can't be a 500 team because I don't think 500 even exists anymore in the NFL.
I'd say even like if we were even like 8,
yeah,
9,
I think like
7,
we're
and
either an 8, 9, or
that'd
9
be
and 8, 8, 9, or 9 and 8 team. That'd probably be all right. But I think
I don't
frickin'
expect that. I expect like 6, 7 wins would even be good in the first year. Like even
yeah,
that
if we
when we have
got
high
5 wins,
expectations.
I'd be all right
Yeah,
with it in the
exactly.
first year because then it'll just show like we did better in beating them. And again, dude, we got to develop players. We got to develop a system, a culture development, dude. I mean, there's a lot of things. It was like I asked a few days ago on the live is like, what do you determine success by? Are you going to determine it by wins, development, or culture? Like you have to have some type of common ground where you're okay. If we go with young people, are you okay with the culture and the fucking development over the wins at first? Like you can't ask a young coach to come in here and expect him to just win right away. You're going to have to expect another season, maybe like Pete's season, and don't get me wrong, as much as I would hate to say it, it's just why I keep saying why I feel like the Raiders are not taking Fernando, man, is because if they go with the young guys, they're going to want the loss, dude. I mean, everybody knows, dude, that Archie's class is going to be better. They just have way better talented quarterbacks. You can pull a load for Fernando right now. He is the only good quarterback in this draft. And no, he is not the best quarterback if we were to go into next year's draft. It's not even close, dude. Like, so I don't think I'm not putting down on him in any way, shape, or form. I'm just saying, like, we're expected. He's not even going to play the first year, dude. Like, it doesn't make sense to go draft the guy. He's not going to start next year, period. So it doesn't make no sense to get him at the moment. So I think it makes more sense. The draft pick is higher than it can ever be. And he's the only good guy. You're going to get your fucking 5. I guarantee you we're getting 5 first round picks, man. Like, I damn near guarantee it. But, we're going to get him from the Jets, bro. Like, we're going to get him from the Jets. But they've traded away their deal. They have their players and they have draft capital. So it's not like they're not going to be able to pick up more people. And if we throw them 2 fourth-round picks, it's only going to give them more deal to go out there. So, like I've said, salute STV, man. Appreciate you. You know, I think it only benefits it. So I think they want their quarterback, and they're not going to roll Justin Fields, man. Like they're not going to do that. And Aaron Glenn will get fired. He'll be fired. So you're either getting Mac Jones over there. I mean, you're either getting Mac or you're drafting your quarterback. I think they want to draft their quarterback. They want Fernando. So I'm pretty sure, man, between Arizona and the Jets, we can figure out who we're going to get those picks from. The only problem is if we get them from Arizona, it's going to be a few years down the road. Where if we get them from the Jets, we can get that shit right now. You know what I mean? Like we can get that shit right now. So I think like I talked about in one of my other lives just recently, you gotta figure out where the sweet spot with the Jets are at. If that means getting 2 first, their second and 2 second or 2 first next year, then that's fine. If they're willing to part ways with both first this year, all 3 next year, then that's the deal I want, and I'll give them 2 fourths. I have no issue with it. Uh, if they don't want to give up all their first round picks next year, because you got to remember, even though they give us the second and 16, they're still getting our first this year, so they're getting their player this year, but they do have second round pick that we can get out of there too. So we get their second 16 and second pick, which gives us value on there. And then instead of taking all 3 first round picks next year, we take 2 first round picks and then leave them with 1, or we just fucking fleece them for them all and tell them if you don't give it, we don't take it. So I mean, you have an option to be able to get a stack of picks, and then with Spytech talking about uh he never said he wouldn't trade Max, dude. So you got to make sure that's like always going to be a thought there, that could happen. So if they sit there and say, okay, we just got let's just say we got 4 first round picks and a second round pick from the Jets, then they can trade Max, get 2 first-round picks for him. Now you're looking at our 2 first rounds, the Jets 4, that's 6, Max's 2, that's 8, and then we get the second round pick. I mean, we got 8 first round picks in 2 years. 8 first round picks in 2 fucking years, and 8 first round picks in 2 fucking years. I mean, if you can't rebuild a roster with 8 first round picks, we got major fucking problems. If we're
Yeah, that's facts.
sitting here saying that
That's kind of what the Jags did too.
Mendoza is going to fix us on 1 first round pick, you're telling me you can't go out there and get Averill Reese this year, 16th pick, look for a cornerback in this draft because they have a lot of good cornerbacks in this draft. So you're getting your DN, you're getting a DN linebacker. I mean, fucking Averill Reese can play anywhere from either DN all the way across any linebacker position. So that dude plays half U. That's what he does, half fucking U on the team. So Averill Reese is like, to me, I feel like Averill Reese is the pick in this draft. Like, I don't think it's Fernando. I think it's Averill Reese, in my personal
Brings
opinion.
more value to the team,
I'm
in my opinion.
I'm big time for quarterbacks. Everybody knows, man, I like quarterbacks. Everybody knows that I've wanted the fucking quarterback. Everybody knows for the last 4 years, I've picked every quarterback, said where they were going to go, when they were coming. Like, I have fucking been on top of them. And I'm telling you, I would take Averill Reese over Fernando Mendoza this year. And I just say he's a bigger need to the team. And those draft picks are a bigger need to this team, dude. Like, if you were able to pick up a corner or somebody at that point, if you're able to pick up a corner or somebody, damn, what happened to my fucking deal?
And you're right, you can get good corners at 16. I mean, Quinyon Mitchell was drafted at like 20 to the Eagles, which is that corner you wanted a couple of years ago.
They're gonna have a few good. Corners in this draft. So, like I said, I don't think getting Downs is realistic. So I'm not even gonna mention him.
Not if we're getting Reese.
If you went with Reese and then you still got, if you got Reese and then you got a corner, that's just all I'd say. A corner probably, or even an O lineman. Fuck it, O lineman. I don't even know who'd be at that 16 spot if he'd even be worth a shit. But I would look for O-line, corner, or middle linebacker, or even DT. So if there was
I'd probably say middle linebacker. I gotta wait till the combine because I want to see if his draft stock will go up more. But there's been a lot of hype around Jacob Rodriguez.
Yeah, I would just take one of those 4 spots, and then I would say best player available at that spot of those people. So that's what I would do, and then like I said, you got another second and our second. So boom, right there, fucking, we got what will we have? The 3rd pick in the 2nd round, and then whatever theirs is, that what is it, the second? So we'll have 2nd and 3rd pick in the 2nd round. So I mean, like I said, I think that's the way you go with this trade here, man, and you build up that deal. And as much as everybody loves Max and we all love Max, the writing's on the wall, man, that we're going to go young, that they're going to try to hire a young core. They're going to want to try to build that core for that young core to start winning. They're bringing in a lot of people that are the guys that I feel like they're going to bring are a bunch of people that have player development skills like motherfucker, that player relations, that can build these guys, dude. And if you get these young kids with these young coaches, man, I feel like they'll take off like a torpedo. You know, it's like, it's going to be hard for young coaches to have to go in there and coach out veteran voices. And I've said it, as much as I like Max's voice can be bigger than the coaches because of their youth and what they're doing. And I don't think they want that shit this time. Look, as much as Max, for the last few years, he's literally said like this. He's advocated for fricking Gardner Minshew, which was trash as shit. He advocated for fucking AP. He fucking basically told us, like, if you don't hire AP, you can fucking trade me. Literally, basically his words. Then he sat here and said, after all that went down, he said, hey, I'm not going to talk about that stuff no more. I'm a player. I'm going to stick to it. I'm going to let them do their job. And then what did he do? Went right over and advocated for fucking Geno Smith. Like at the end of the day, man, we all like fucking Max. We all like who he is as a human and a Raider fan. But when you have a young coach, you can't have that, man. You can't have his voice reaching over those coaches. Those coaches need to be able to get their point across. And people sit and say, well, he's the best player. Okay, listen, Myles Garrett's the best player over there, and they got 3 fucking wins and fucking got the sack record. Who gives a shit? Like it's a good stat, but getting the sack record would have meant more if he was on the Eagles heading to the Super Bowl or something, Well, they're not, but you know what I mean, a team of that factor. But that's not how it went down. Like fucking at the end of the day, we can't be advocating on players on mediocre fucking teams like they're going to help the team. Max has been here for 7 years. Like what, 6, 7 years? This will be 8.
7. Yeah,
It'll be 8 this upcoming year. We ain't fucking done shit but 1 fucking year. Like that's a reality. And if we don't start accepting that, dude, we're going to always keep sucking. And if you can get those draft picks, guess what? You're going to fucking be a way header with a lot younger group of people. And then you're going to have a lot of these dudes on first rounders that you're going to probably going to have too many dudes playing too good. You're going to have to get rid of some and get more draft back. Like I've said, the front office is as good as it's ever going to be, man. Like for us right now, they know how to draft. They know how to recruit. They know how to fucking go out there and scout players.
They know how to write contracts.
Yeah, you got to let them do their job right now. And we can't be afraid to let them do their job, man. We can't sit here and keep reverting to the past and saying like, oh, well, one of these guys, who gives a fuck about those guys? They're not here right now. We got to worry about the people that are right here, right now in this building. So if we're not doing that, we're only hurting our team more and more and more every year, dude. It doesn't change. It's the same shit every year. This is what I think is going to be. It is going to be a full reset. And does Vegas deserve a winner and a winning coach? Yes, but it's not coming tomorrow. It ain't coming this year. I don't care what anybody says. Like everybody that wishes on fairy tales, dude, that shit only happens a few times in the history of the NFL. And for us to sit here and say, if we were to get Fernando, we're going to win, that's bullshit lie. And any person that knows football knows that's bullshit. We're not going to win, dude, with him being there, dude. He's going to get murdered. Yeah, he's going to get murdered back there, dude, and he's not going to have the people or the personnel or any of that.
Take Tom Brady, like even Tom Brady, greatest fucking quarterback ever. If you think he wins 6 Super Bowls with the Patriots if they didn't build him that fucking line over there?
Yeah, and he also sat out for a year behind Drew Brees or Bledsoe.
And sat out for a year behind
I mean, Tom Brady's literally talked about if we were to even get a quarterback, he would sit for a year.
Yeah.
What makes the most sense is there are a lot of people that have a lot of ties here, man, and even some veteran coaches that are quarterbacks that are out going to be on the market this year. And fucking listen, again, I'll bring it up tomorrow, but there's a lot of connections with a lot of people that can make the team better without getting Fernando. Fernando's not helping the team. I don't care what anybody says. I absolutely don't. I mean, I know quarterbacks very well. I know that they'll sit him. I don't care what coaches you have here. He's not starting. It's going to be a veteran quarterback. And if the veteran quarterback, like I said, who I think it is, that person's going to win. And they're not going to – he's not going to win 13 games a year, but he's going to win enough this year where it's not going to matter. And then having those 8 picks, if we do good this year, say in this year and we're sitting 16 somewhere in there, we're going to still have 5 fucking first round picks to trade back up into that damn round to get a quarterback. And I've said it, this quarterback is going to be as deep as it's fucking been in years. So, and pure talent. Like in the Penix deal, I said I didn't like Penix, but I knew they were taking him, man. Fuck yeah. I didn't know it was the Falcons. I picked a different team in that top 10, 12, but I didn't pick the Falcons. I was surprised actually when the Falcons took him. I thought he was going somewhere else in that top 12.
I mean, if we were going true, I'm just saying this as a bridge quarterback. If we got Stefanski, I wouldn't mind Flacco as a bridge quarterback if he's willing. He's getting kind of old though.
Yeah, I don't think we're getting old like that. I think we're gonna get a guy
Yeah,
young. He's pretty young, but he's still pretty good. And then
yeah.
and just like I said, it's not gonna matter
That'd
because
be Malik Willis then
it's not
probably.
gonna matter. Due to the organization, it's almost better that we don't have a good season that puts us back
Yeah.
somewhere around in the top 10 in the draft pick. And then that way they're not using all 5 first-round picks to trade up to get
I'd just
someone
in
worth
that
the
case,
shit.
I'd just
They're
start Aiden
maybe
O'Connell,
using
to be
2 or
honest.
3 at most, like because they still
But
need to pick up people.
I feel like if that's the case, what I would do with the mid rounds, like the fourth rounder or whatever, go get Sawyer Robertson, let Aiden O'Connell start this year, because then you got Aiden playing for one season, Sawyer under him, and then you just let Aiden walk the next season, and Sawyer becomes the backup when you draft your quarterback in 27.
I mean, fuck, if I got to keep both of my force and he was there, I'd get him for damn sure.
No, what I was saying, because Aiden's last year of his contract is 2026, so you draft Sawyer Robertson probably on a 3 or 4 year deal on a fourth round pick. So as soon as Aiden's contract is up, you don't even have to bother resigning him, because you'd have Sawyer Robertson to kind of replace him basically, and then you go and get your Arch Manning or whatever. So you'd already have 2 quarterbacks, 2 young ones at that. Then Sawyer Robertson at that point has a year's experience without coming in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of like you're replacing not just your starter, but then you also kind of got a plan for the backup as well. And it's all in house. It's all your guys. Just a thought.
Yeah, I mean, I've talked about Sawyer Robinson numerous times coming here, but like I said, I mean, Aiden's going to be here for now, so they're not going to pay attention on that guy. They'll draft Aiden's replacement as a backup next year. I mean, it's not important to have. And again, Sawyer Robinson would be a great option if he was being developed to start. I mean, the fucking guy's got all the tangibles to do it. I mean, goddamn 6'4", 220, fucking great arm mobility. Dude can mob the fuck around. You put him in a good system and help him out a little bit more accuracy. That dude's going to kill it. But
we could go down that road. Who knows?
I don't think that the Raiders would be the Raiders can go out there, draft a dude again in the 6th round, let somebody steal him again like they did this year, still stick with Aiden, go with your veteran, and then next year you're getting your quarterback again. I just think there's too many spots to be worrying about a backup quarterback when you already have one. I think the most important thing on this team with these 10 picks here, especially having 4 fours or 3 fours, and your 1, 2, 3s all the way up. So you're just fine. You got to hit on your picks, man. With Spytek and them in last year's draft, they hit on a fucking lot, almost all of them out. Like I said, I think the only one they didn't hit on was fucking Tucker or Thornton at the moment. Thornton at the moment, but
because I think he was the only one cut from the team, right? Tommy Millot, the other quarterback, the one that played against Cam Miller in the.
Well, they just cut him. I mean, I'm not considering him. He's not even on the squad. I'm just saying in general, the picks that we picked and stayed on the team, every single one of them contributed at a pretty good level outside of Thornton. Thornton just never grasped it through the whole year. That can be due to coaching. That can be due to just, maybe just be
quarterback
him.
Play.
Yeah, I mean, well, it ain't quarterback play. I mean, he had the ball literally dropped in his fucking stomach multiple times and still dropped the ball. So he has catching issues. He probably has hand issues, but he most definitely has catching issues. Now, I'm not going to sit and say Geno didn't help contribute to it, but he has it for sure. And he reminds me of Tucker, where Tucker had the same issue when he came in. So it may take him a year or two to get it. And when he does, his size, his build and all, it'll be great. But you can't sit there and say yeah, we're going to win 3 years down the road. You can prepare right now, man, being able with the people we bring in, develop him, be ready in the next year or two. So this upcoming year, again, he can go through his 2nd year developing. If you're able to hit on that kid by year 3, with everything starts coming together, coaches, players, everything, he can be a most definite danger. But I'm just going to be honest. I strongly believe they'll go after a wide receiver one in this draft or free agency, and they'll build with that. And I've said it. It's hard. It's hard. Like if people just research Mendoza, they would understand why people are saying like it's just like you're not going to try to come in here, in my opinion. And don't get me wrong, man. I see it again, I don't think it is, because why would Clint take the fucking Falcons job if that's the case when he could draft his own guy here and do what people say? But I've said if you look up Clint's history, he's never developed a rookie quarterback, so that's why he wouldn't do it. You know how you get a rookie quarterback is by young people or an experienced head coach. That's why I feel like it'll be next year. I don't think it'll be this year. I think this year you focus on filling up the offense, the defense. You got 116 million, 10 picks. If you can pull the picks from the draft, that's how you get the quarterback, and you get him for free. You need this money to focus on fucking the personnel on the fucking team. You can't activate a rookie quarterback's contract without having the fucking team. That just makes zero fucking sense. It makes absolutely zero sense. And again, when you're building a line and you're building all this, he's not even going to be the quarterback. So I'm not concepting why the fuck we're drafting the guy when he's not even going to be the quarterback. He's not starting. He's just not starting. It's just fucking factual truth. So he is not starting. So any coach comes in here is getting a veteran quarterback. Any coach, their career depends on it. They depend on winning right now, regardless if they have a 5-year plan or not. They depend to win right now. So 5-year plans break down in 1 and 2 year plans when you look like dog shit out there, So I don't know if you want to talk for a minute. I'm gonna go grab me something out of the kitchen real quick.
Yeah, hold on.
What happened to this fucking guy? He just bounced? Oh no, bro.
My bad, bro. I fucking kicked myself off by accident when I was changing windows. I went to click on the tab and then I freaking clicked on the stupid X.
Well, you can talk for a minute if you had something.
No, I was just going to say that I agree with you. I think we're at that point where we have to kind of go young. I've been kind of pushing for that, the youth movement, saying that, trade guys like Max, get a young coaching staff, build up the team from the foundation, all that kind of thing. Because, we've been sucked. We've got to be real. Outside of a couple of years of success, we've been sucking for pretty much the last 30 years. Like, we've got to be real about that. Outside like 2016, 2021, like, we've been sucking a long time. And I think the problem is there's been no consistency. And then, you got Del Rio, he fires Musgrave, then the team just takes a fucking nosedive. John Gruden comes back in, starts rebuilding the team. You get the fucking whole scapegoating bullshit. Team takes a nosedive. Like, we just need some consistency. And I think the best way to do it is just get a young coaching staff that we can develop. Who gives a fuck if we lose for 1 or 2 years? I'd rather lose for 1 or 2 years and then succeed for the next 30 fucking years than be good for like 1 year or 2 years and then suck again for another 20 years. Like, that's pretty much where I'm at with all of that. So I'm definitely all for like guys like Webb or fucking Clay Kubiak as an OC, maybe fucking because he doesn't really call plays where he's at right now. I think he's just, it's kind of like one of the situations where he's under a guy that's calling the plays. So maybe he wants to go out on his own and call his own plays. Like, I just want young guys on the fucking, on not just on the team, but on the coaching staff and build our own fucking link tree like you've been saying. Do what the Niners did a few years, like, a decade and a half ago, whatever it was. when they got Kyle Shanahan. Like,
What was it?
I was saying do what the Niners did. Like I think it was like 15 years ago or whatever it was when Kyle Shanahan first came in as the head coach of the Niners. Like that's kind of what we need to do. Or like what you said, like what the Rams did with McVay. And I've always been a fan of the West Coast offense anyway. Anytime we've had success, it's been mostly West Coast, outside of our maybe. I'm thinking like recent history.
Al Davis wasn't a fan of the West Coast offense.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was saying outside of our, like, since our, because he always wanted to do, like, throwing it deep. And he was more like air raid, right?
He likes running gun right down the fucking
Running
field.
gun, yeah. But I was saying since our...
The West Coast don't go with him.
No, I'm saying since
our,
our,
he
like...
stretches the field in his back then.
But now, I feel like if you have a good West Coast system, like where you run and play action, you can stretch the field that way now. Where if you run first, then it opens up the down the field stuff. I mean, if you had like a hybrid of that, the West Coast outside zone run and then put in play action and then stretch and verticals and stuff, that would be ideal, I think, with the players that we have. Because, I mean, you got Gentry's going to be excellent as an outside zone runner, I think. And then you got Bowers. Bowers is just a weapon in himself because he's like a tight end, but also a receiver. So you can use him as an X, you can use him as fucking wherever, tight end, like same thing, whatever, and use him to even stretch the field to an extent. Just because someone always has to cover him, or they'll probably have to pull a safety over the top just because of how good he is. And then if we go and get a wide receiver, like I don't know, Malachi Fields from Notre Dame, or that other kid from fucking Indiana, the Elijah Surratt. Someone that's like a tool option, like a possession receiver, like 6'4", 220 pounds receiver to compete with Thornton for that spot. And if you get
have a spot, man.
That's what I'm saying. If you bring in a guy that takes his spot, maybe, and then get that extra step, because I feel like we've already got like our speed guy and Tucker. Like I think Tucker's quietly had a good season, man. Like. You consider who his quarterback was, you consider how shit the team's been, and he still puts up 600 yards and have, like, I think it was like 5 touchdowns on a shit team with shit fucking offensive play calling, shit fucking head coaching, shit fucking quarterback, and he still puts up like more than half of 1,000 yards plus like 5 touchdowns. I think if he was on a good team with a good quarterback, he probably did put up 1,000 plus yards and 10 touchdowns this year. Like, that's what I think. So I think Tucker is definitely worth keeping on the roster. So you already got your smaller speed receiver. We just need a possession guy to go with Besh. Because if it was me, I put Besh in at the slot. He has a lot of the same intangibles that Hunter Renfrew used to have, just better. Where he can be that slot guy. Because I feel like he's a bit bigger. He can kind of like, at the catch point, he's more aggressive and stuff like that. He runs more aggressive routes than what Hunter did. But he can be used as a slot guy. He's got good hands. So I'd put Bash at slot, then have Tucker at outside receiver 2. The Y, I think, whatever it is, and then go get an X receiver. That's me, though.
What is it? The Bears? Broncos. All right. I know.
You talk about the playoffs?
I know who the other one is.
Are you talking about their system or?
So, if you think about it, Bears run West Coast, Texans run West Coast, Niners run West Coast, Rams run West Coast, Seahawks run West Coast. The only team that doesn't run West Coast in the playoffs is the Bills. They run the spread.
Yeah, so pretty much every team is West Coast except for one. Yeah, that makes sense.
Every dominant team in the playoffs this year are all West Coast.
And then you wonder why why we're interviewing mostly West Coast coaches. Makes sense. That's what I'm saying, man. Like you said earlier, I'm glad we finally got a competent front office. Because for me, it starts from there. Like we haven't had a good front office for a long time. So now we finally got Spytek and stuff. That's why I kept saying, like, when we knew Pete was going to get fired, I kept saying, I hope to God we keep Spytek. And this is why, because he's already proven he knows his shit. And he's paying attention to what's going on in the league and shit like that. And he's already proven it with his draft class that all the ones that stayed on the 53 contributed. And I think one of the falling outs with Pete is that Spytek probably wanted to play those guys earlier.
So,
I think it was
Pete
handicap it.
A lot of people always say that you have to build your offense with the rookie quarterback.
Not really.
John Gruden went to the Chiefs and picked up Gannon off the bench.
Exactly. That's
and fucking created him into an MVP quarterback.
Yeah.
And you know why? He did it because he knows how to train quarterbacks and develop them.
Yeah.
Andy Reid, when he came to the Chiefs, went and got fucking Alex Smith. He didn't get a rookie quarterback. He got Alex Smith. He built his team back up. Then he drafted.
Then when he got his quarterback, yep.
So I think it depends on the coaches that you have on your team. When people keep saying, well, you have to start with the rookie quarterback in order to build a team. No, you don't.
No, that's the opposite.
If you have a good coach that can go out and get a good veteran and run a good system, then that's where you start. The veteran quarterback, and then you start building the team. When the team is built between the offensive line, everything's running smooth, then you can start making that transition to one of them quarterbacks. But to sit there and say, like, people keep on saying, like, well, look at Caleb and look at that. They already had a fucking team. They had a shit ass coach, dude. It wasn't like that team was.
Yeah, I was gonna say, look at the Jags
in there.
Look at the Jags.
Wasn't depleted in resources. Did they have money that it was able to upgrade their roster? Yeah, but they still had a fucking roster. Same with Jacksonville. Jacksonville had a great fucking roster over there too.
Yeah,
they added players too when the coach got there, but they still had that. We do not have that. We don't have the luxury like those teams did where we have pieces like them. We don't have that. See, they had year one pieces because when their coach came in and did their draft and got their free agency players, that's all he needed to run that team. We need a year of fucking rebuilding before we can be that team. Like, you can't.
Yeah, I was going to say, look at Jacksonville. Look at Jacksonville before they drafted, like 2-3 years before they drafted Trevor Lawrence. They built through the offensive line and defense for the first 2-3 years before they drafted Lawrence.
Dude, all those teams had player depth.
Yeah,
all those teams had.
Yeah, look at the depth. Yeah, look at the depth on those teams.
Their teams weren't depleted like ours. Nowhere close. We don't have player depth. We barely have
offense,
depth.
Defense. We need like 40.
We barely have any depth.
To be honest, you know how you got best 22, so to speak, like 11 defense, 11 offense starters. We need like fucking 14 motherfuckers. It's like 3 to 4 on offense and like fucking 8 to 10 on the defensive side. That's like 14 starters out of 22.
Yeah, I just think it's tough when
that's unclean depth.
We're better than what we are. And look, man, I want to win just like everybody else. But if anybody watches my show or listens to me or follows my page, like, I'm not here to satisfy everybody with a name so they feel like I'm here to satisfy the Shield. I want to fucking win. I don't care who the fuck it is. I don't care who we got to get rid of or who we got to bring here. But let's do it in common sense, and let's get back to winning, dude. Like, I get it that the Pete and Gino shit that, it's depressing when you look at going and getting them and people are like, yeah, but if we go with another coach and that, they're always going to revert back to what's happened to them. Just like when people said just a while ago, dude, people didn't even know who Fernando was. And every time you brought up Fernando's name, they were saying, oh, what is this? The next Jamarcus Russell type shit. That's all they ever do. Result back to 20 some odd fucking years ago and talk about a player because we took him in the first pick. Fernando's nowhere close to Jamarcus. Fernando's every bit worth the first overall pick to a team that has people
That's
already,
ready,
dude.
yeah.
Like the Jets, as much as I may hate them, they still got a good line over the offensive line over there that can suit him faster than they can suit us. I mean, we can fix it, and I'm not going to argue that. But the Jets ain't as many pieces away, even with them giving us their draft picks, ain't going to be that far off of building. I mean, I don't understand how people don't understand that we're looking at somewhere between 5 and 8 draft picks in the first round in 2 years. Like, that's a massive overhaul, dude. That's not fucking sitting there saying, hey, the Raiders are fucking good. We're just putting a lead around us. And then you already know, even with all those draft picks, you're still going to miss on some. So you know that already. It doesn't matter who's drafting that shit. You're going to miss on some of them first round picks. It's just going to be what it is, you know. But we need those picks. We need them picks, man. You can't just go out there and say, oh, Fernando fixes it, nobody else. I mean, that's why for me,
I'd argue, most of the time, 99% of the time, I'd always say, like, you know, the quarterback holds the value because it's the most, you know, thing on the team. But in our case, I'd say Reese holds more value because of the fact, like you talked about before, he plays multiple positions on the field. On top of that, he could possibly replace Max at some point in the future if he develops the way we hope. And it's going to be on a younger, cheaper contract and younger, no injuries at this point in time. Like, he has more value in multiple ways to the quarterback at the moment just because of where our roster is at right now.
Yeah, so, Rudy, Fernando is the only quarterback in this draft.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's so highly rated.
He is the only quarterback in this draft. And the Jets quarterback killing team, what do I give a fuck if he goes over there and they destroy him? I can give a fuck. I'm not a Jets fan. I can care less. Just I need their picks for my Raiders team. That's what I need them for. I don't give a fuck where Fernando goes. I don't care if he gets destroyed over there. He's not our worry. It's better he loses anyway. So I really don't care, you know, like at the end of the day, I care that we fix our team. That's what I care about. And that's why I said if you go young right now and you put a young core around this team and you expect to lose the next few, you got to trade Max. You got to trade Max right now, man. Get them 2 first-round picks, fucking add to the fucking deal and start replacing.
I said a while ago what I would do when I'm looking at like the roster that we got right now, like with all the pending agents and blah, blah, blah. 99% of those agents can walk because I'd say anyone over 26 years of age, I wouldn't re-sign them. And then anyone who's over 26 who has value, trade them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
24 of them will be walking, but only 18 of them are 18 are unrestricted free agents, and then the others aren't. And those are the ones in free agency. Malcolm Kuntz is included in that deal. Like I said, you got to figure out your base. And when you're sitting here with $100 and some odd million, that's why those picks matter in the draft right now, because you don't want to go taking $116 million and giving $15 million of it to Max or to Kuntz and, you know, another 10 over here. I mean, Kai Blue
That's
Kelly's
why I like
dog shit,
I like
you know,
Kuntz.
like fucking.
Yeah,
there's
I like
a lot
Kuntz,
of dudes here. I mean, I would get rid of Devin White. I would get rid of Landon Roberts. I'd get rid of that whole linebacking core.
That's why I say the whole linebacking core can go outside of the ones that we drafted, which is Lindenberg and Eichenberg.
Yeah, I would throw more motherfuckers down on that DT. I would let fucking Hemingway and Pegas play for damn sure a hell of a lot more. I would let fucking, I mean, like I said, I would just trade Max and roll with Tyree, man, and fucking like I'm not afraid to go.
How would you feel like
if you put Adriel Reese and Tyreek on that deal, and you let fucking Kuntz walk, and you picked up or you just played Snowden? I mean, as much as I like Kuntz, I've always been a Malcolm Kuntz deal, but he did come on at the end of the year. I'm not going to argue that, but I'm not trying to go give him no $15-18 million. Like,
that's what I was going to say. And then the other thing I was going to suggest, what if, like you said, keep Tyree because he's already on the rookie deal, and then what if you got like just a cheap veteran, but it's mostly going to be a rotational guy like a Leonard.
I got Adriel Reese. I don't need anybody. I just got Snowden him.
No, I meant just as the fourth rotational piece.
Yeah, I think my main focus with the money would be, I think
I'm talking like $5 million or something cheap.
Yeah, I mean, I would worry about that when we got towards the end because I think building the linebacking core is crucial right away. And then I think
Facts.
going corners, like corners has to be a number one fucking deal. Like has to be. Like you have
I'm
to
kind
draft
of
corner in like the top
yeah. I was
round
gonna
to
yeah.
most definitely start filling up that. And you probably need more than one. So I'd probably draft one and probably fucking buy one, like something of that deal. It says that's why Jets trade some real quality veterans. I don't see them trading all that cap for one pick. Well, I think that they traded all those people. I think they traded all those people so they can get that pick. Have you seen the scouts that have been at the game all year? You know whose team it was that had most of them there all year? It was the Jets. The
Yeah.
Jets had more scouts at Fernando's game than fucking any of us did. Like they were the ones that were heavily invested into
Yeah, facts.
Fernando.
They
Like,
definitely want him, so that's why I feel like we can
oh,
get a
they've
lot
been
for
on
him.
Fernando. The Jets have been on Fernando the whole entire season, dude. The Raiders
I
and
think
everybody
also,
only came on to him as the picks came out. Spytech showed up at the last game, but so did fucking almost every, the Cardinals, the fucking Jet. Everybody's over there, dude. I mean, any scouts are going to be there, but the Jets have been heavily wanting Fernando, man. You can Google it, you can look it up. It ain't no deal. I think, like I said, you trade those picks, man, so you can get your quarterback. They don't want Justin Fields. Like they have made that
how,
clear.
I was gonna say, how would you feel about going after maybe N'Kobe Dean and Devin Lloyd in free agency? Because I'm just thinking younger guys, linebackers. I don't know if we'd be able to get both of them, but we might be able to get one of them.
The only way that you're getting Fernando and Avriel Reese is if you have the 1 and 2 pick. It's the only
Yeah,
way.
pretty much. It says if you trade Crosby to the Giants, which I think is the number 3 pick or something, or they're number
The Jets
2.
will take Averill Reese, dude. I mean, if they're not getting the quarterback, they're going to take Averill Reese. I mean, Averill Reese will be the second player off the board, guaranteed.
Yeah, that makes sense. Kind of like that year when Will Anderson went
They're
2, I think.
taking Averill Reese. I mean,
Yeah.
Averill Reese should be the first player off the board. The problem is that we need a quarterback, and so do other people. So quarterbacks always surface to the number one overall pick because people like you're not usually going to trend linebackers DN. So it's always going to be the quarterback, always number most valued position in all football. So, and then whoever has that pick, like us, if we need the quarterback, and like this is the whole thing. Like this is the whole thing. You said, Rudy, you said in your deal, you said we're going to take 2 to 3 years to rebuild. So why would you want to get Fernando and put him on a rookie contract to rebuild for 3 years? Like I'm not concepting why the Raiders want to put a kid on a contract. None of you guys even know who the fuck Fernando was until fucking week 8 of this year. Like that's the whole thing I'm not
Yeah.
understanding. I guarantee it. Ain't
He
not
was
any
trash
of
at
these
Cal.
fucking guys. None of these guys knew who this fucking kid was.
No,
None of these
he was
guys knew
trash
this
at Cal
kid's
before that, though.
history. I said it last night on last night's show. The only people that would have known who the fuck Fernando Mendoza was is Cal Berkeley fucking fans. It's the only fucking people. So if you're not fucking one of their fans, you wouldn't even have known who the hell he was. And nobody knew where he was in this year until, like I said, when they started getting national coverage around week 8 in college football. That's when people started going like, oh man, who the hell is Fernando Mendoza? And then
Facts.
now everybody wants to just go put this fucking dude on a roster, waste him away for 2 fucking years. For what reason? Like that's the whole thing I'm not understanding. And then even if you're concepting football, like fucking Derek Carr literally said it on this show. We should not draft Fernando Mendoza. He's a motherfucking quarterback. He's played for the Raiders. He knows the fucking team. He literally said, don't draft Fernando. You have that pick. It's at its highest. Fucking, you need to fill the holes. You need to build the trenches. You need to fucking get protection. And if you don't, what did he say? You're going to hurt him. That's exactly what Derek Carr said out his own mouth. There's no point to get a guy put him on the roster only to fucking sit him for 2-3 years. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, I can easily see if we do
That's
that.
crazy.
I can easily see him turning into a Josh Rosen.
Listen
Like,
to
for real.
me right now. Next year, people know who Archie Manning is right now. They know who he is, and they've known who he is for the last few fucking years. They know who CJ Carr is. That public, they know who CJ Carr is. They know who Sam Levitt is. They know who fucking all kinds of motherfuckers coming out of college next year, and they know them dudes right now. They know who they are because they've seen their careers. They didn't see a dude just pop up in 1 year in Indy with his fucking coach Signetti that literally transformed the whole entire
On a
fucking
superstar
deal
roster.
in 1 fucking year. It wasn't Fernando that
Unlike
did that.
fucking
Don't forget, Fernando
Globetrotters
didn't
of fucking college
pick them
football.
to the team. Fucking Signetti picked him to the fucking team. You know, fucking the team is fucking shit hot. The team got one of the best O-lines, if not the best O-line in all of college.
Like I said, the Globetrotters
Best
of the college
defense,
football.
best fucking run game, fucking 5-star receiver, fucking. I mean, these guys ain't no fucking joke. They ain't no joke, not at all. And we're sitting here acting like, yeah, let's go get Fernando on a fucking shithouse stacked team, and we're gonna bring him here because nobody knew who he was, but we'll sit him for the next few years. Like, no, we fucking do not want to do that. You're going to go into next year's draft with the team already building up and having the year of continuity, and then he's going to get to come in and fucking take over. Like I said, I think that's the best option, period. I mean, I've heard people say, oh, how do you pass up on a Hall of Fame quarterback? Fuck, you must not know the fucking kid. I mean, that's crazy as fuck. We're going to sit here and say, fucking dude, Hall of Fame career in fucking 1 year in Indy. Like, what the fuck? You know, nobody even know who the kid is. I mean, you can't sit here and be committed to somebody nobody knew. And just because the Raiders need a quarterback desperately, I literally just told you guys how you can have 8 draft picks. You can't get a quarterback, you should just quit watching the team or even quit managing the team. Any fucking coach, they got 5 first-round picks going into next year's draft getting a quarterback. You can be the dumbest fucking coach and it's not even the coach, it's the GM. So you can be the dumbest GM out there. You're still going to get a quarterback. In our case, we have fucking Spytech that's pretty fucking smart. So we're probably going to get a good quarterback next year. The value now will never be higher than what it is right fucking now with that draft pick. And if people ain't looking at that to how to fix the fucking team, that's how you fix the team. If anybody goes against Derek Carr and tells them that, oh, Derek, he doesn't know, bullshit. If there's somebody that knows, it's him 100% facts.
Yeah, he lived
he
it
would
for
not fucking
10
speak
years.
on our team in any way, shape, or form about not taking Fernando. He has nothing against the kid. He would only want him to fucking win. So he would only want him to win, man. And I've even said, bring Derek Carr in here, let him be the quarterback coach. Like, he could help him fucking win. But I just don't think we're ready for it. And I don't think you put a quarterback on the bench for 2 years on the cheapest contract that he can go. I mean, what makes sense is you build the team, then you put the quarterback in there ready to win, just like Andy Reid did and went and got 2-3 Super Bowls on a rookie contract.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, fuck, there you go.
And if you look at it too, you got to look at how that team was developed. Like, they went and got Hill, Kelsey, the line, etc., all the shit ready first. Then they put Mahomes in there once the team was already built. Like, they already had their offensive system, their defensive system. Everything was already in place. Or it was just like plug and play for Mahomes at that point.
See, it's just like I said. What Raiders first down?
The other thing
you said, I said straight up, the only way people are gonna know who Fernando is if they watch Cal, and he's like, I watch Cal all the time. You know, point proven.
But yeah, so what I was gonna say is, like, the other thing people got to think about, like, not just the roster, but we also got to install an offensive scheme. We got to install a defensive scheme. We might change special teams scheming or whatever. How they're going to do that, however our special teams coach is going to be. We're going to need a new quarterbacks coach, a new linebacking coach, a new fucking DB coach. Fucking, there's just so many fucking like schemes and development that has to be done in the first year. Why would you want to throw a rookie into that?
There's not going to be a rookie. I mean, I can't keep.
Yeah, I guarantee you. That's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with you. I'm just saying, like,
I
who would? I'm just saying to other people that want to get Fernando so bad. Why would you do that? Why? It's just going to be disastrous if you had to put him in there. And then, because the other thing is, if I'm Spartak, I ain't doing that, because then if you bring in the quarterback now, and then everyone's going to be like, play Fernando, play Fernando, play Fernando, play Fernando. Fuck that. You're just going to create more like quarterback controversy.
That's 100% what's going to happen. They're going to most definitely do that. The second that the quarterback that's starting gets fucking hurt, they're going to say that shit. Right now, you have the chance to clear the whole roster and quit having that conversation. Like, literally.
Yeah, exactly.
Now,
that's my point.
And you may even just move off of Aiden just for that reason. Like you at some
That's
point,
what I'm saying. Maybe get a Sawyer Robinson or somebody
down to be basic like everybody else's team in order to have success. Like, you can't just keep sitting and saying the backup quarterback is the better quarterback than the guy that's starting on the team. Just let the fucking guy start on the team. Take the fucking L's or the W's while we build the fucking team. Like, that's what we need to do. Continuity, development, fucking culture, fucking not wins.
That's why I'm with you on getting like Malik Willis or someone like that. Someone that's kind of like a veteran enough, but they're still young.
The reason why Pete couldn't be the fucking coach and have that, and why when we lost, we didn't, because he didn't have that culture. He didn't have the development. He didn't have any of that shit. And he sure in the fuck didn't have the wins. So you got to have something along the line that allows you to stay and be in those positions. And he had none of it. He had absolutely fucking none of it.
Facts. And he had too much favoritism towards Brendan Carroll, towards Gino. There was too much favoritism going on. That's why I want a young coach. A young coach that doesn't have ties to no players. Like, he'll get players in that to fit his system, but he doesn't have like the ties like how Pete had the ties to Gino and shit like that. Fuck that. And the worst thing they ever did was fucking letting Pete bring his fucking sons in. As like, it's never, it's good to separate family and business.
The worst thing that we did was not fucking secure Robert Saleh before he fucking turned us down.
Sure.
We should have fucking paid him head coaching money.
Yeah,
like, we should have given him head coaching money. Like, Al or Mark shouldn't be fucking cheap,
That's true.
I mean, the thing I don't understand is how do you have $8 billion fucking dollars and you can't hire competent staff or anything?
Yeah.
You can go win women's basketball, you can go do all this other shit and win, but you can't just fucking win in the NFL in any way, shape, or form. That's why I feel like when Tom Brady got put in here and people kept pushing him, Mark didn't have a choice but to tell him, like, hey man, do you want to run this? Because fucking he's only a 5% owner. And motherfuckers are acting like Tom gonna just buy the goddamn team. Tom probably said, hey, because Tom's half owner of the Aces, he was like, hey, fuck it, I'll put some money in there. Mark's probably over there at dinner telling him, like, damn, bro, in fucking 6 years I've went from 500 mil to fucking 8 billion. Like, there's a massive fucking jump there. And Tom's like, fuck, if I throw in 5-10%, man, I'm gonna fucking get a good return on that shit too. So he probably did that, and then he was like, because who he is, he was probably like, hey, I'll make, show myself every now and again. And then people just took it like, oh, he put that in, he's buying the team, he's running it. And then fucking Mark's over here still fucking up the team, and now he's forced to put people into that position. He's forced to do that.
I agree.
Yeah, you don't have a fucking choice, dude. People they're gonna roast Mark, dude. And when you have a high caliber person like Brady, I mean, dude, listen, I'm just be honest. I don't care if people don't like Gruden or not. But if we're sitting here talking about, hey, just having a head coach that can run team, develop people, man, you got to get that motherfucker for goddamn sure. But it's not about that. It's not about that, dude. Like, I can name multiple coaches that are on the line, dude, that are going to be way better than some young coach. But it's just like some of the GMs and shit said, and owners. They said, if we have to lose for a year or two in order for them, because they said they're not losing, they're going to be upcoming rising stars. So some of these guys haven't called plays or been in there. Their mind, their scheme, all their shit is valid. They've just physically haven't got to do it yet. So that's why they're
Exactly.
saying,
So you're going to let them. Yeah, that's what you're going to let them.
yeah, they're willing to let
Trial and error for the first. Trial and error for the
Yep.
first year. See what works, what doesn't work.
Yeah, if you get put in a big deal, if you get put in a big game deal and you fucking call the wrong play or something, you're gonna know not to do that shit the next time. You know what I mean? So
exactly, experience.
Said
Can't teach experience.
I don't understand. I watch a lot of shit. What else is there to watch at 8 p.m. on Saturday? Facts. He said I watch more of this because of my kids played there. New Broken Key and all. Nice. Yeah, I mean, like I've said, dude, all I'm trying to say is like I want to win too, man, and I get that I want a quarterback. Believe me, why wouldn't I want a quarterback? All I've ever talked about is quarterbacks. All I hit is on quarterbacks, dude. Like I've said it isn't coincidence. This is why I know the Raiders are cursed, because I've said it. It's not coincidence that the only time the Raiders get the first fucking overall pick in the draft, there is just Fernando. There's nobody else fucking nobody, dude, returning back to school, fucking falling the fuck off the face of the earth, dude, fucking suing the state of Mississippi so he can return back to Ole Miss for a year. I mean, there is nobody else in this fucking draft. It's Fernando and then fucking what? Ty Simpson that literally fell off in Alabama like a motherfucker. And he'll be a first round pick too, probably. And then what? Carson Beck next? I mean, damn, we just went fucking right off. Not even, we didn't even just glide down. We fucking went fucking down.
It's like a fucking roadrunner coyote moment when the coyote falls down the fucking cliff.
Yeah, facts. I mean, we can't sit there and just get so attached to the dude because he's the only dude. Like, I don't think that's what you do. I think
you got to look at it like if he came out next year, where are you going to rank him next year? That's what I'll be looking at.
Yeah, I think you rank. Yeah, I think what you do is say, can I get 5 first round picks for Fernando? And he ain't nowhere close to Archie Manning's fucking capability. And hey, I know you ain't even gonna get Archie Manning, but like nobody's gonna trade him. Whoever's in that first spot, even if they got a quarterback, might get fucking fired. So they're not doing that. So I can tell you right now, Archie Manning's trade value is way higher than Fernando Mendoza. And if we're pulling 5 first round picks for Fernando, I mean, if Fernando wasn't the only quarterback, I think you're getting like 2 or 3, maybe 3. But the fact that Fernando's the only dude and there are a team that needs that motherfucker, I mean, and listen, dude, there's going to be teams that pay it. I'm telling you, they have the other draft picks, dude. They don't have a quarterback, and you're not going to find a quarterback in free agency, and you're not going to be able to convince one to fucking come there. So the only way that I feel like the Jets, dude, are going to get a quarterback and hope that he's good is to trade for him. So
and then the other thing is, like, let's just say hypothetically, Jets said no. Arizona's at 3. They could very easily move.
That's where I think they would go because they've already talked about moving off Kyler Murray and so on. So they could easily do it. Easily. The only problem is you would have to get those picks. You won't get them all in 1 year, so that'll be over the next few years. Like you won't get that over the next 3, 4.
Yeah, you won't get them all in 27. You get probably obviously the 2026 and then the 2027, but you probably also get maybe a 27 and 28 or something.
Oh, you're gonna get what is it, 26,
just first rounders, I'm saying. Yeah, just
30. You're getting it. That's why I don't think it hurts the Jets to make this trade, dude, because yes, did they give up some high caliber players to get them? Yeah, I'm not gonna argue that, dude, but they get their quarterback and they're free of debt in 2 years. like literally in 2 years. They're not looking down the line for 3-4 years, giving up those picks. They're in 2 years, they're right back with their first pick, picking again. So
Exactly.
I mean, I think it's a win-win on all of our deals, and I think it's an easy deal because I've said it. I would have started with 5 or 4 if we had Chambis, if he had trash ass Dante Moore. I would have tried to start at least 5 or 4, and I felt like we would end at 3. But now, I mean, I'm firmly 5. I mean, I'm like I said, I would do the 2 first and the second this year and 2 seconds next year. But like I've said, if I can get the Jets the way I want, I would do the 2 first this year, the 3 first next year, and then we just give them 2 fourth-round picks this year, so it helps them take a little bit of a hit on it this year because I think they only have like 2 seconds, something 2 seconds, 6, 7, something like that. So if we were to throw them, or they have a 4th, so if we were to throw them 2 fourths, that giving them 3, so it's helping them out back with some picks a little bit.
Yeah, and that'll probably help them pick up a 3rd or something if they package a couple 4s for a 3rd.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. And I think that, like I've said, I don't think the Jets all have money. They're going to be able to go get people. They're going to be able to do stuff. And I've said it. I feel the Jets don't have much to offer to any person in the NFL for a high caliber quarterback to go to their place. So if you sit and say, let's just say they had $100 million, right? Their $100 million ain't good to any quarterback because they don't want to fucking come there and play. So sitting there overpaying a quarterback just to get him there, and he's not even the best quarterback out there. I mean, why would you do that? Why not just sit there and say, like, I feel like things happen for a reason sometimes, because it's like everybody's sitting here saying, like, man, that can be a high value. Like, they're like, that's high. What did they give up for Trey Lance? What was it, like 3 first, 2 seconds? Fucking, like, they gave up pretty good fucking deal on that deal to Miami. So, and who'd they end up with? Waddle, Chubbs, and fucking Waddle, Chubbs, and fuck, who was the other player? I'll remember in a second, but they got 3 damn good players out of that over those deals. But I just think with the Jets, you can clear the slate right away. I feel like you can clear it right away. Like, is it a lot? Yes. But I feel like they're not as hard off as we are in players. I feel like they can make up for it with a few picks and the money to help build on there. But they get the most important part that they can't buy even in free agency is quarterback. They can't buy them. So we could, because the fucking guys that I feel that come here, I almost feel like the other team will give the motherfucker to us. Like, I damn near feel that way. I feel like the other team will give it to us. So I feel like we have a way better chance with the group and quarterback that can come here versus going and worrying about what we're doing in, free agency or so on, or in the draft with that pick. I just think the pick is overrated for Fernando. We just can't do that. We can't kill ourselves, man.
Another thing, would you consider getting Chambliss if he doesn't go back to Ole Miss?
I mean, Chambliss will be the second player off the board, and I keep saying it, man.
Oh, no, I'm not taking that high. Fuck that. Yeah.
Well, he'll be the second quarterback off the board. He's not going to be the second pick off the board.
I mean, what about if we go to 16 or something?
Don't get me wrong, because
that's Jackson Dart territory, which is 20, I think.
Look, if the quarterback class falls off as hard as it does, right? There's nothing saying that Chambliss wouldn't go to Arizona with the 3rd pick. Like, there's nothing that says that, because Chambliss is good as fuck. So there's a big difference between Chambliss and Ty fucking Simpson. So I think, as weak as this quarterback class is, and some people needing it, I think Chambliss could easily go on the 2nd or 3rd overall pick if he declared. If Chambliss was the fall in the later like the second round, and I can get him on the second round with the Jets pick or our pick, I'd probably do it.
Would you take him at like 16 to 20-ish?
I wouldn't take him at 16 to 20 because, like, I like Chamis a lot, man. Like, I like him a lot, but you're just creating the same problem all over again. The quarterback isn't the main focal point this year. So I don't think we should focus on anybody in the quarterback position. I think you just go in, you get your veteran, you have Aiden, and then if you want, grab one with your 6 or 7, or grab one with your 4th if you still have all 3, like you can, as long as you have a place where you're not sacrificing a good pick at a crucial spot, then I would have no issue saying like grab a quarterback, let him sit in there, because if Aiden leaves, after this year, then he's
that's what I was
leave.
saying earlier with Sawyer
You
Robinson.
do that with one of those guys, but
yeah,
I still don't think it's worried because you can do that next year. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like the more things that you can do this year to help the team offensively and defensively in actual crucial positions, not a like.
I was thinking more like
I think this is how I look at it down the road. Why most teams don't ever see their backup quarterback. Some people don't even know who the fuck the backup quarterback is on those teams. But we're over here like fucking like, damn, not only should we get a backup, we should have a third person. You know what I mean? Like, I think at a certain point, what we need to do is just focus on the main quarterback. No matter who the fucking back, if you're playing your backup, you're losing. Let's just put it that way. You play your backup, you're losing. So I just feel like you got to focus on the guy and build everybody else. Because if your backup comes in, I think it should just be the same way it's been for years. If you win, you got lucky. You found a good fucking backup. But I think when we're just focusing on, if we were going to the Super Bowl, I'd be like, hey, let's spend more time on looking at that backup. But fuck, we barely win any games. I'm not too worried about the backup quarterback. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's more important that we don't have no fucking corners. We don't have nobody out there that's a fucking playmaker. Linebackers are trash. We're overrating Devin White because of tackles. I mean, I think there's a lot bigger issues than any quarterback on this team at all, period, this year. And that's why I'm still going to say don't draft one until you're either in the later round, just to put him back on the roster like you did Cam Miller, basically. Just put him on there, work with them throughout the year. Aiden's your guy, man. And if Aiden gets hurt again, well, you're not extending him anyways. Like, you're done. So I think if Aiden can go out there and someone gets hurt and he goes and wins and takes it, then he deserved it. You know what I mean? So, but I think when Aiden leaves, I think we need to start getting dudes like, obviously nobody knows. You just get him. He sits back there. He develops, comes in when he comes in, because we need to worry about starting positions, Like, that's where I feel like we need to be on, is the starters.
Yeah, that's facts.
Let alone worrying about a backup player. I don't know.
I was just thinking more like what New England did when they used to have guys like Matt Castle. Then
they had a team put together first.
Yeah,
so I would worry about when we got the team put together, then we could most definitely. I mean, Tom Brady was drafted in the 6th round. I mean, with Bledsoe, when Bill got there, they were not drafting a 2nd round quarterback. You know what I mean? So that's all I would say is we probably should just hold off on that and get whoever. And don't get me wrong, man. Sometimes some guys in the later round pan out when you got good coaches. When you don't have nobody that can develop anybody, I mean, of course they're gonna fucking suck no matter where they're at. I mean, let's be real. We literally leapfrogged the Cowboys, dude, to take Connor Cook because the Cowboys wanted Connor Cook. That was their guy. And you know what happened? We leapfrogged them, took Connor Cook. Guess who they fucking took?
Fucking Dak Prescott.
Damn right. He been on their fucking team killing it. And I don't even know if goddamn fucking if Connor Cook's even in the NFL, period. You know, so like I said, I think sometimes you just gotta fucking wait it out, dude. Like we gotta do this right this time. It seems like every time we try to jump the gun or do things, and don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna say Connor probably couldn't have been better if you had better coaching, but we didn't have it. So we're gonna ruin people if we don't get that part figured out first, you know. When you get that staff, dude, when you get a young staff, young minds, people that know how to bring shit to these young kids, like that's what we want to do. And I think when we can make that transition, I think that's when the Raiders become deadly again. I think that's the day the Raiders will be feared again because we'll be young, we'll be fast. I mean, we will be bringing attitude. And I've said I felt like what kept those Patriots winning for so long is because Bill always drafted people and never gave out contracts, you know? Yeah, that's facts, bro. I mean, Devin White only did have 3 good games. The guy was trash. I mean, I've literally said Max was literally reaming that dude's ass like 2, 3 times this year and twice on fucking national TV. So, you know, like fucking Devin and Landon Roberts, dude. I mean, they both had issues. And I mean, Max just getting pissed off that he's like, fuck, bro, I'm always out here doing all this shit, and you guys can't even hold your fucking spot. Don't even run your route right. Devin, man, everybody's always talked that guy up. He's always been shit. That guy ain't fucking done shit. He just got lucky in that Super Bowl with those 2 interceptions, and then everybody's like, "Oh, this guy, he's a pass middle linebacker. He's a coverage linebacker." Yeah, okay, fucking bullshit. You know, hey, whatever. I would love to get Chambus. I just don't. Like I've said, if Chambus comes out, man, people are gonna want him, and people want him.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think we just get someone in like the later rounds that's like probably predominantly a pocket passer with some mobility, just because of the way the NFL is changing.
I would do the Willis and Chambus combo. I've talked about that numerous times. I've proposed that shit right away. I mean, I've literally talked on that shit ever since the second that fool had that game against them Ravens. I mean, I've literally talked about those two. They would fit each other perfect. I think they're a good tandem. I just don't know if, like, I don't think we would be able to trade. Like, we almost want Chambus to go back because we won't be able to get the draft cap if he comes out. They can just hold. They can just hold there.
That's true.
Yeah, we almost don't want him coming out because if he comes out, I'm telling you, he jumps all the way up there. I promise you, dude. Like,
yeah, he beat the second quarterback taken for sure.
Yeah, he's going to. He's going to easily be. The fall off is too big, dude. Like,
yeah, he's probably going to go somewhere between the Cardinals and the Browns.
The Jets will grab him, dude, right away.
No, I've been saying if we traded Fernando to the Jets, it would be the Cardinals or the Browns, maybe that would take.
Oh yeah, if Chambus is on the board, yeah, I can guarantee you that the
Cardinals would definitely take him because they'd definitely move off Murray at that point because Chambus is mobile like Murray, which is what they like, but he's a bit taller and better player. But I think anyway.
Yeah, he's 6'6", dude, and
that's what I'm saying.
Definitely is better. He ain't gonna take off when COD comes out. That's for sure. I mean, I'm telling you, anybody that's watched Chambus, dude, he's elite. That dude's fucking elite. He is the guy that should be the Raiders quarterback. I would fucking take him. I would take him over Fernando easy. It ain't even fucking close, dude. Like, I would take Chambers over Fernando.
That's why I was pissed when that fucking Ole Miss game was rigged at the end, because I wanted to see Chambers play against fucking Fernando.
Dude, Chambers throws people on his back and carries the fuck out of them. Like,
Facts.
he's elite, man. He's elite. And I said it. He's like Barry Sanders in the backfield, dude. Like, Chambers just came from a D2 school, bro. He just came from a D2 school, fucking won a championship with them fucking Bulldogs. And then he fucking heads out here to the SEC, fucking the hardest division in all college. And he fucking goes out there and kicks the shit out of fucking everybody. And then not only that, people talk to Georgia's defense, all that fucking kid put point for point with that whole team and still beat him at the end. Like, this dude don't fuck around. He's fucking good, man. He is a good quarterback. And I've said it. You don't want to get in a shootout with him when it comes to points, because he's going to score. Like, that's what he does. He scores points, dude. Like, yeah. and he's good. I don't.
It reminds me of Patrick Mahomes when he was in college. To be honest with you, it reminds me when Patrick Mahomes was in college. The way he plays, the way he can throw on the run and everything. I'm saying that Chambers reminds me of Patrick Mahomes when he was in college. The way he plays, like the style.
Yeah, I mean,
throwing on the run.
He fuck outrun him, dude. I mean, he's too.
No,
good.
I mean the speed. I mean, just like the throwing on the run accuracy and stuff. Like when he dropped that 40.
Yeah, I mean, he does have some good. I mean, yeah, Chambers got some disgusting fucking run on the throw.
That's what I'm saying. His accuracy throwing on the run is insane. Like, you don't see that very often.
Yeah, that's facts.
So I was like, because I'm expecting it to, like, because normally when most quarterbacks throw on the run, it's going to be like a bit, it's not going to be like a perfect spiral or nothing. It's going to be like it's going to flutter a bit. So it'll probably, go an extra couple of yards than what you want it to and shit like that. But it's just like a perfect spiral on the run. And not short passes either, like 40, 50 yards downfield. Like,
yeah, and dotting bitches. I mean,
right in the bucket, right in the chest.
Yeah, he don't fuck around. I've said it. I would love to get Chambers, but I don't know how we do it. I don't know if there's a way. The only way is you convince the Jets because they want fucking Fernando, not Chambers,
Right.
But then you're still picking up those deals. But it still goes against what I think we need to do. The whole reason we're trading the pick is to get Reese, because we're going to get rid of Max. And everybody always says, the number one thing everybody always says is you can't just replace him. Well, I'll tell you this, Reese came out of college better than Max did. So now it'll be up to Reese to do his job. You know what I mean? So that's what I would say.
Facts.
Not only that, dude. I mean, Reese can be the Khalil Mack for the Raiders for sure. He'll play all over. He can probably even be a what's it called again too? All pro in two positions. What if the Raiders ended up with two players like that in just the last few years? Like, that's crazy as hell.
Yeah, because you'd have Bowers on the offense, which can be tight end receiver. Then you get that guy on the other side. Fuck it up.
You have anything you want to talk about? Because, my computer's about to die. I got 3%.
No, I'm good. I think we covered a lot today. Because you said you want to talk the other stuff tomorrow. So
yep, tomorrow, yeah. Yep, I'm going to make all my stuff here tonight, and then we'll have it ready for tomorrow.
All right, no worries, bro.
All right. We're gonna have to shut down before, if my deal dies, I can't shut the live off.
All right.
Do you have anything that you want to add? I got 3%. So if you
I'm good. Shout out to everyone in the chat who showed up today. Shout out to everyone who watches it later.
Hell yeah, we'll be back tomorrow, man. 9:30 p.m. Pacific time. So, like I said, if you guys want to join back up, I'd really appreciate it. If not, well, really appreciate all you guys tuning in tonight. I do believe the Raiders are heading in the offensive-minded coach for real. I mean, I've said I don't think Minster's the option to us right now, and I don't think he'll take the job right now because of the fact that he's one of the lead candidates for the Ravens job. So I would just say, like, I just don't think that's an option. But outside of that, hey, I hope you guys have a great night. We'll talk about it tomorrow. And my computer's going to die here in 2 seconds. So hope to see you guys tomorrow, man. Peace out. Raider Nation for life, baby.